Okay, God, it's after midnight. I'm sorry, guys.
I mean, we could pause this for next session.
Can we do one more round of combat?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Nice
that is the art of...
We kill Inchy off. Let him do it.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not getting out that easy, bud. Welcome to Wicked City. This is a Dungeons & Dragons game of heists and criminal politics where a group of petty thieves race to find the Vault of Dragons and its 1 million gold coins. Our players are Schizofreak as Blinken, the Gnome Ranger, Kirbitha as Huel, the Halfling Bard, Brax as Thorgrin, the Dwarf Barbarian, and Sean as Inchy, the Goblin Wizard. The last session had some not great audio and a lot happened, so I've included a long recap at the beginning of this episode describing the main plot of Wicked City so far. As such, the episode starts at the 6-minute mark, but the Half-Pints are trying to stop the Doom Raiders from assassinating the Force Grey Sergeant, Artie the Artificer. Welcome everybody to Wicked City. I believe this is session 12. We are going to pick up pretty much right where we left off after I do a brief recap. Well, no, not a brief recap. Okay, so this is the entire history of the Stone of Arronax. Lord Dagult Neverwimber Ember embezzled 1 million gold dragons from the city. He stored it in the Vault of Dragons. That was about 20 years ago. 4 months ago, Galanis started investigating this street war that was happening in Waterdeep, noticing the Xanathar, the Beholder, the Nobles, the Castellanters, and the Has-Been Bards, the Doom Raiders. 3 months ago, the street war really kicked up a notch. Xanathar, the monster mobster, teleported to Neverember Manor and stole the Stone of Arronax. He is the first one to get it, so he held it with the 3 gems that were embedded in its smooth blue rock surface. The stone is constantly casting a curse that keeps everyone in the world from being able to remember how to find the Vault of Dragons or what the stone is. Xanathar cast Remove Curse on himself and pried one of the gemstones out of the stone. 2 months later, fiendish servants of the Castellanters stole the stone from Xanathar. The nobles learned a lot about the vault from the stone, but it was incomplete because Xanathar still had his gemstone that he had stolen. The Castellanters removed the curse on themselves and Milton, and also pried a gem off to keep for themselves as well. 2 weeks ago, the Doom Raiders stole the stone from the Castellanters. They also removed a gemstone and cast Remove Curse on themselves. So all the villains had their own gemstone and all had removed the curse from themselves so that they could constantly remember the Vault of Dragons. About 6 days ago, Galanis stole the Stone of Arronax from the Doom Raiders, and he quickly assembled the team. You guys. Y'all know what happened after that. Blinken was able to communicate with the stone, and it turned into the Dragon Wormling Arronax, and it's helping y'all find the Vault of Dragons. Okay, so Zaraj the Hunter was the Shadow Man the whole time. If y'all remember the first time you met him, Brax's character pissed him off, and he said, "You will not insult Zara," and then cut himself off. Every time you met the Shadow Man, it was Zaraj the Hunter using disguise self. The Doom Raiders would bring you in with simple jobs like transport this wine, and then Zaraj, as the Shadow Man, would ask you to do something wicked or sinister for them, like buy and sell silk root powder or burn down warehouses. The Artificer believes that they're doing this with multiple people, creating a decentralized, organized crime ring where the Doom Raiders maintain legal deniability. The Artificer is an agent of Force Grey. The Doom Raiders caught wind of the Artificer's investigation into their silk root dealing, and they're trying to take her out. As the Shadow Man, they offered you 150 gold coins to kill her, and when you did not take that job, the Doom Raiders started their own plot to make the Artificer fall at the Moon Dance tonight. They want her dead, and they want to take her journal of evidence that she keeps on her at all times, as well as her bismuth heart, a detail that y'all just discovered. They paid Sad Boy McGee to look like the Shadow Man and framed him with gold coins, Zaraj's bow, and silk root, hoping he would get blamed in the Artificer's investigation and get blamed for her death. You still don't know their full plan, but you know the vision of the Artificer Fallings happens at the end of a song called The Ghost of You, which you have the sheet music for. Last session, you found out why the Doom Raiders want the Vault of Dragons. They want to bring back their dead bandmate Froggy and get everything back. While y'all were watching them, you noticed Davil had a magic green gemstone earring. Inchy couldn't resist it, and he tried to rip it out. He failed, but then he went for it again, getting stabbed and revealing himself to the Doom Raiders, but grabbing that gemstone from Davil Starsong's ear. You gave it to the dragon wormling Aranax, and it gave you a vision of 3 keys that are needed to get into the Vault of Dragons. Those 3 keys are a fist-sized chunk of the mineral bismuth, 3 red dragon scales, and a dozen teeth of a doppelganger. Okay, after all of that, the artificer walked out of the bar. She was holding her mechanical arm. She gave it to Blinken because he's the only one that she actually trusts. And you noticed that in her chest was one of the keys you need to get into the Vault of Dragons, a fist-sized chunk of bismuth. You are all standing on the 2nd floor of the Broken Axe Bar in the Court of the Dancing Moon. Blinken, what would you like to do?
I'll probably kind of look at the arm and kind of put it away, and I look at the party and say something like, well, we got a job to do.
I'd be more comfortable approaching this if I can find a doctor around here. I kind of got fucking stabbed. I forgot the woman's name, the artificer.
The artificer.
Do you know if there's a doctor here?
She reaches into her pouch and she hands you a potion of healing.
Oh, nice. And she takes it and, chugs it down.
Says, yes, enjoy that, Inchi, and do remember to disguise yourself when we go back out there, or go invisible, as you said. So, guys, the plan still is we try to draw the Doom Raiders out. I'll disguise myself, but still go to the moon dance. It is something that I must do to reset my body. Huel, you're currently disguised as me. You can choose to keep that up or not. But I wanted to give y'all this. And she hands y'all a message stone. A stone that can send a message one way, from y'all to her. You can decide who has that after this. She says, I will separate, and I will look through the crowd, and I will try to be innocuous. See if you can draw the Doom Raiders out. And remember, if we can't catch them doing something, we know they're up to something. So capture one of them, and take them back to your manor. Like we talked about, Huel.
Sounds like a plan. I'll stay disguised as you, Artie. Just have to watch for some funny business.
Wonderful. I really think this operation will be very successful. We're going to get our man tonight. Or all of our mans tonight.
Is there a tablecloth around?
Not outside, but there'd probably be one inside.
All right, let me go find a blanket or something to drape myself with. I'm not going to keep a spell on me for a very long time. Here.
She says, you could pretend to be a child. It is a tradition in Waterdeep for children to dress up as monsters and go around demanding candy from adults. We call it Trolltide.
I could be a troll. Yeah. Let me just find a blanket and I'll just act all troll-like.
She says, childlike is what we're going for.
Yeah, don't you got that book, Inchi, with all the drawings in it?
Yeah, there's ghosts, not children, and trolls.
Wasn't like a kid's book?
It was a book about how to do magic card tricks and how to speak to ghosts in other planes.
Are you, Huel, are you saying that children are only illusions? Because you were once a child. You know that, right? You were not an illusion.
Yes, Huel, did you know that?
I don't think I did. I can't remember what I did yesterday or a fortnight ago, let alone what I was doing when I was a child.
Well, whatever you're doing, it was real, all right. All right,
okay.
Time to go find a blanket.
Okay, so the artificer reaches into a pouch that she has on her belt. She pulls out a little pill, and she takes it, and then she turns back into that elf woman with blue skin. So she is disguised.
Hey, lady, why don't you give me one of those pills so I don't gotta wear a blanket?
She says, these things are quite expensive. Inchi, you sure you don't have the spell slots?
Expensive? They're just candy, lady.
No,
We're trying to help you out here.
She says, fine, I will give you one. And it is one disguise self spell. She says, do take it with something to drink. Be careful.
And she pops into his mouth. Okay, let me go find a glass of water.
God's Ogma. Oh, Lord. Then she walks, she says, do all of you be careful. I want you all to survive the night. We all go home. Okay.
Yeah, so I nod.
All right, so you also have her arm, Blinken, as she walks away. She trusts you to give that back to her tonight. You're holding it. It's actually kind of heavier than you would think. It's very dense metal and things you don't understand. It is covered up right now by the leather glove and this sleeve that zips to a part of her clothes that she wears on her torso. So if you wanted to inspect it, you'd have to like undo those things. And she is gone. She's going to walk out of the broken axe. You guys are all alone.
So the disguise self spell just works like the spell disguise self, right?
It is one use of it. And you
Okay.
do have to maintain concentration on it. Are you really getting something to drink, Inshi?
I think he said there's like, oh, I guess there's nothing. Oh, whatever. And she just kind of swallows it down.
It is bitter and harsh. Roll a constitution check, DC 14.
12.
Inshi, you fail. You throw it up. The acidic bile burns the top of your mouth where the pill powderized. And you throw it up, and the spell has no effect.
I go pat him on the back. Like, Inchy, you gotta relax.
I'll
We're on a
take
job.
I'll take that water now.
I'm just patting him on the back.
All right.
All right. Where's that blink? I wanted to blink it anyway. All right, you guys coming with?
Yeah, I suppose. One thing we need to go downstairs anyway.
Yeah, I need a drink to calm my nerves. This is getting a little nerve-wracking walking around in a person I've seen in the vision die, you know?
Whoa.
Yeah.
That is trippy.
Huel.
What if it was me in the vision?
Huel, when the artificer does her moon dance, she has to take off her robotic arm because it doesn't work right without gravity. You still have the right arm attached in your disguise self spell. Do you want to keep walking around like that or cast it again to make it look accurate?
I'm gonna do before we leave. I wanted to click this once, but the pass without trace.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that. So if we ever need to, as long as you're like what, 30 feet? Yeah, 30 feet from me. So if you roll stealth check, you add plus 10 to it, just in case you want to be stealthy.
He'll use minor illusions, so like he was gonna like put his arm into his like shirt, and then he's gonna like have the fake arm out, and be able to like take it off and on, you know. Here,
Not a concentration spell.
just like the arm's more of like an illusion attached to the arm.
Okay, fantastic. All right, so you have a detachable arm.
Yeah, so this is like a chair or a small chest. No bigger than a 5-foot cube. So imagine like an arm.
Okay.
It'd just be like very stiff looking, like I'm not moving it or it's not like lifelike, you know?
Okay, I'll let you do that. As y'all begin walking down the broken axe, you get a little bit of a psychic vision with Aranax. That gemstone that became the eye in the center of his face, it's still connected to the Doom Raiders a little bit, but that connection fades. But you hear the voice of Schemo Weirdbottle say, "With Rainier and the Artificer and that goblin showing up, I'm sure someone is onto us. We need to bail. The Artificer is gone. The Sad Boy plant was a long shot, and I'm sure that's off." And then you hear the voice of Davil Starsong, "Schemo, this is our one shot to take her out before she puts us in the records, and I know 10,000% she'll be here at the moon dance. We can do the same plan. We just have to stop thinking small and stealthy. We can find that smelly goblin too. It's time to take the gloves off and get Froggy back. Nobody in all the deep is gonna stop us." And Schemo says, "You're right. I want Froggy back. Wait, why are you 10,000% sure? Did you make a And that magic fades, and you no longer have a connection to the Doom Raiders.
Froggy? What is he talking about? Like a pet frog?
No, that was a former bandmate.
Their songwriter.
The Froggy? That guy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Huel-
Huel, you would know a Froggy. Like, he's
Yeah, because he's a musician, right?
very well respected. Yeah.
His mind's just off other places. He's like scared he's gonna die, so he'll grab the strong drink that she was drinking and pour it down on the ground, like pouring a shot out.
Fantastic. All right. Inchi, you're able to snatch a blanket from here, and y'all exit the Broken Axe. Just to remind you, up here to the north is Milton. Lady Castellanter. Inchi, you know that she is trying to get the land that your family's village is on. Lady Growlhund, whom Rainier mentioned used to be a friend of his father, and who you know used to be friends with many dragons. And Lord Growlhund, who Inchi knows is controlled by an intellect devourer. Over here, at the court of the Dancing Moon, are the Doom Raiders and the Lunar Druid. The Lunar Druid will be casting a spell tonight that allows everybody who is a willing creature to defy gravity and dance through the air. The Doom Raiders will be providing music for tonight. The Sea Maidens Fair is just here entertaining and selling tickets to their circus. Also, meta, real quick, I decided that the Doom Raiders do not put it together that y'all are friends with Inchi. Even though they've seen y'all together before, Inchi is the one that attacked them, so Inchi is the only one they're suspicious of.
Okay.
Okay. So, meta, that's just how I'm handling that. Everybody can roll initiative, and that is what we will use until actual combat starts. Blinken, you can move your own token. Remember, while we're not in combat, I'm saying that your movement speed is 60 feet, and you have about 10 minutes until the moon dance starts.
Okay, I'm gonna probably first look around, and again, I don't want to be noticed by the band, the Doom Raiders. So I'm just gonna roll stealth now to get it over with, just to make sure. Nice. So I rolled a 21 total for stealth.
That's great. You get plus 10 to dexterity.
Oh
for
yeah,
pass
true.
without trace.
So that's
okay.
31. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, you're stealthy, man. You move like a shadow.
Once that's done, I'm gonna move probably to the grates here and kind of observe the crowd and see what my other party members are going to do, and I'll just follow suit type of thing, just to make sure nothing real chaotic's gonna happen,
Yep.
I'll move
So-
like over here.
I'll say with that 31, like honestly, unless the Doom Raiders know they're trying to look for you specifically, you could walk right in front of them and be stealthy.
Yeah. All right.
So you're watching them. The Doom Raiders are talking to each other, and Schemo points back to the Jade Dancer, and they all walk into the Jade Dancer. You know that they will have to be out here soon, though, because they have to play music when the moon dance starts in 10 minutes.
Right. Okay.
Inchi, what would you like to do? Oh, wait, real quick. Who has Zaraj's bow? Y'all got it off Sadbro McGee.
I think me. Yeah, because I took it when it's invisible, right? So that would be me still.
Okay, and which of you has the briefcase of holding?
I know for sure I don't
Okay.
have it.
Yeah, and she
All
can
right, we'll
barely
save-
keep track of his daggers. I'm pretty sure everything else.
True. Okay, Blinken has both of those things. Inchi, it is
Yeah.
your turn. You are in your little your like gray stained tablecloth. It has like different colors of stains on it too. It's weird. You've never seen blue sauce, but there's a blue sauce stain on this sheet. Smells vaguely of mead.
Out of curiosity, and she's gonna lick the blue stain just to see if there's any good taste off of it.
Okay, yeah, roll a perception check.
4.
4. Some kind of
Yes.
blackberry sauce. Interesting. What would you like to do?
Hey, you want to give this a lick? It's kind of fruity, Huel. And then she like holds up the stained cloth to him.
Oh yeah, you definitely try some.
Yeah, Huel, when you get close, Inchi was in the sewers today, so he smells like the sewers, and then you lick the tablecloth. You also taste like some kind of tart blackberry sauce.
He does that like when he's squinting and you're tasting something to kind of like pinpoint down what it is.
Yeah.
Tilts his head a bit to the left, to the end to the right, like
Yeah, the
knocking his
sewer,
lips. Yeah,
the sewer smell confuses you.
it smells like the sewers, but it tastes like a berry of some sort.
I mean, that don't sound too bad to me. I've had better fruits, though. I'm going to see if there's yeah, not as savory as the gravy or the grapes. I'm going to go check to see if there's anything good in the Jade Dancer over here. I should probably be a little invisible, but that's where I'll be. So goodbye, Huel.
See you around, Inchi. Stay safe.
I'll try.
All right, so you're walking across the courtyard. Are you going to interact with this lady that's buying your family's land at all up here?
Nope. He's gonna go to the Jade Dancer to just try to overhear anything about the Silk Route that he knows the Doom Raiders have.
Okay. Inchi, I'm going to move your token for you real quick.
Yep.
On your way to the Jade Dancer, you end your movement. I'm pretty sure it would be like right before you get into the Jade Dancer. So right here, you end your movement, and these three like kids, these three street urchins run over to you, and two of them say, troll tide, give us candy or we'll troll your hide.
And she flicks one on the nose. Get out of here.
Oh my gosh, and they run away screaming.
And then she goes invisible. And that's my turn.
Okay, and Huel, it's your turn.
I'm still at the bar. Can I roll a perception to kind I'm looking at the crowd to the left and to the right. I'm trying to look and see if there's like some muscle he can buy, some like some hired goons. So more specifically, I'm looking at like the Sea Maidens Fair,
Mm-hmm.
and then up there where Lord
Okay.
is, and all these guys up here.
Okay.
The
So-
City Watch guy there.
Roll I'm going to describe to you, the options you have, and then I'll let you perception check to see which one is most susceptible to working with you. So you have the City Watch guy right here. Sometimes City Watches are corrupt, sometimes they're not. These guys right here are hired thugs. You assume it's who Milton hired tonight instead of you. These over here are Castellanter noble guards. They work for the Castellanter family, and they have probably been doing that, like being guards for them for generations. Their fathers were probably also guards for the older Castellanters. And then to your right is the Sea Maidens Fair clowns. The Sea Maidens Fair, you don't know much about them, you haven't interacted with them much, but you know their security guard asked you to get 3 authentic City Watch uniforms. And he seemed kind of shady. And you know earlier the artificer was able to get a bribe out of him. So he seems like he's down to work in the shadows.
Oh yeah, definitely looking more towards the Sea Maidens Fair then, since they're more musicians, and I'll remember that tidbit right there.
All right, roll a perception to see which one you should talk to. There's a jester, there's a bard, and there's the security officer.
All that down there. I would like run, hop this wall,
Yeah.
like epic leap in the air, like
Yeah, you can move your own token. They would
cool.
notice you jumping over, and the bard like tips his head towards you while he is playing a little lute. So looking at them with a 10, you think the security guard would be the best because he is a security guard. But looking at this jester bard, he looks like he's pretty strong. And the Sea Maiden's Fair clown is the one casting all these spells. She's not using them lethally, but, she could. So it's your choice of who to talk to.
I'll definitely talk to the security. That's what I'm looking for, is more like someone just to keep an eye out.
All right, you approach him, and he looks you up and down, not checking you out as the artificer, but sizing you up. He takes note of your bulky, stiff arm, and he never takes his left arm off this weird white handle on his belt. And he says, "May I help you, ma'am?"
Yeah, I was just looking for a little bit of extra security detail today. A little bit of riffraff here at the carnival earlier. Somebody got stabbed. Surely you heard about that.
He says, "Was it one of my clowns that got stabbed? If not, I don't really hear about it."
Oh no, I don't think it was one of the clowns. It was.
He says, "Earlier you harassed me about not having a permit to be here. Do I need to fill out any paperwork to be your bodyguard tonight?"
Oh, what permits? We could just throw those off to the side. I was
Oh, so the gold
little
I
tense
gave you,
earlier.
I could have that back. The 20 gold pieces.
I mean, I put it away.
Or the 10 gold pieces.
I mean, sure. And he reaches in his gold pouch and he'll pull out 10.
Okay. Remove that from your inventory. And he says, look, it's been a quiet night so far. I think I could keep an eye out for you, but if you want me to actually protect you, do more than warn you, you're going to have to pay for those services.
Surely, I mean, with the business, with the paperwork and all that, we can come to some sort of deal.
If you could waive the fee for all future Sea Maidens Fair security permits, I'd be happy to help you out tonight. Is that a promise you can make, Miss Artificer?
All of them seems a little much. Let's say
Jesus.
3.
All right, roll a deception check.
3 is all I can make them turn their heads for,
He goes, yeah. My bosses tell me about procedure all the time. Little nerd. Ooh, very nice. He believes you. Like, not only that, he believes 3 is you as the artificer doing the best you can do for him. So he will not only look out for you, he will help protect you if something happens.
He goes to shake his hand with the robotic hand. Remembers it's like an illusion, and then quickly switches. And pleasure doing business with you. Just more specifically during the moon dance. That's when I'll need your assistance.
He says, "I'll keep an eye on you." And he switches from holding that object at his waist with his right hand to his left hand, and then he shakes your hand with his right hand, and your cover is maintained. The artificer is actually standing over here in her disguise, and she seems kind of impressed with you, Huel. All right. Lincoln, it is your turn. You see these 2 people that you one you recognize as your guild master, and that noble he was talking to earlier about rumors. They start walking towards the north, and you notice that the guards up here move south a bit, and Lord Growlhound steps forward and says, come round, everyone. I'm about to make a very important announcement." The City Watch comes over, and some of the citizens start coming over as well. And then you also notice, coming out of the Jade Dancer, Istrid Horn and Schemo Weirdbottle. And Istrid walks over to her piano, and Schemo walks over to the station with the lutes, and he casts a spell, and suddenly appears a ghost bard, a backup singer and instrumentalist for the band. Inshi, it is your turn. What do you do?
While invisible, and she continues walking to the Jade Dancer.
Okay.
Sneakily.
Okay, walking into the Jade Dancer, you see Davelstar Song standing at the bar talking to this woman in a shawl. You can't hear what they're saying. You're not close enough to do that right now. Not over the chaos of the bar. The Jade statue that is charmed to dance all night is dancing on the dance floor, and the bar is hopping. What do you do?
And she is, like ducking and weaving in between people's legs. She's trying to make his way to within earshot of Davil.
Roll a stealth check to not be noticed. They won't see you as Inchi, but they might notice something that looks like a child.
I'm invisible.
Oh, you are? Okay. You walk right up next to them. Fantastic. And you hear Davil say, "Hey, don't worry. It's gonna be fine, okay? Schimo's back with us now. He thought through it all. Just go out there and find that smelly thing, okay?" And the woman in the shawl nods and begins walking away. And Davil says, "And hey, this time, you're not that much of an actor, Zaj. Just don't talk, okay?" Inchi, this woman begins walking towards you. What do you do?
And she steps out of her way, but then follows her out because he's a little intimidated by Davil after being stabbed.
You step out of the way. She, and I'm not telling you why she's doing this, but she is going to make a perception check with disadvantage. With a 5, you see her flare her nostrils and sniff as if she almost smelled something, but then it passes away, and she continues walking out of the Jade Dancer.
Are you going to make my character shower? Is this what this is about?
It's canon that you smell.
All right. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, and she continues following her, sneakily and invisible style.
Okay, how far away from her do you try to stay?
I want to say about 15 feet, like half of movement distance, in between.
Okay, and I'm going to say the wind for tonight is coming from the north to the south, just so you know.
Jeez.
She
All
walks outside. She walks into this group of street urchins, and she sniffs, smells nothing, and says, "Go, get off stage," and then remembers that she's not supposed to talk, and continues walking out. And you stay about 15 feet behind. Okay, Huel, what would you like to do now?
I've been thinking. I'm trying to just go over once like the business is done with the drow security and go talk to the artificer.
As you approach, she shakes her head side to side. No.
He'll like see it and kind of just like nod his head and like as if you were passing by somebody, just give them like a polite nod and he'll keep walking.
Okay. You keep walking.
Oh,
Over here, there's more jesters putting on light shows. The security guard, shifts his position to make sure he can keep an eye on you here.
I'd go over and watch this guy for a minute, like flip a coin, kind of just like blend in, take the coin off my sheet.
Okay, you can be right here. The jester clown walks up to you and holds her hand out for one of your coins.
Yeah, he'll tip one to the guy like here, and then he'll pass her one as well.
Yeah. So she takes it and she flips it, and it lands in her hand. And then she flips it again, and she holds out both her hands, and 2 coins land. And then she flips each of those, and it turns into 4 coins. And then she starts juggling them in front of you.
His eyes light up, like his pupils turn into the gold dragons for a minute.
Yeah, Huel, it's delightful.
He's watching, like the lights are bouncing in his eyes.
The raven comes and lands on your shoulder. And you remember that mountain of gold you saw in your vision. Is this all you wanted to do for your turn?
Yeah, I'm just kind of like looking around.
Okay. Back to the top of the order. Blinken, you just heard that Lord Growlhound is going to make an announcement. Dabble Starsong steps out of the bar, drinking something. He looks over towards the noble announcement and taps Istrid on the shoulder and points to it. What would you like to do?
I'm going to move up kind of closer towards the crates again and kind of listen in a bit better to the announcement while, again, keeping an eye out.
Okay. Again, with your pass without trace, no one even notices you as you move. You're just a shadow in the corner of their vision. And you hear Lord Growlhound say, "Ladies, gentlemen, people of the dancing court, please allow me your ears but for a few minutes. Please, come on." And he says, "I have something very important to announce. And he looks a bit nervous. He says, "I am going to run for Open Lord of Waterdeep in the upcoming elections. I have submitted all the paperwork to the Masked Lords, and I would like to tell the people of Waterdeep what I aim to do. And you hear the nobles in the crowd go, yes, yes, Lord Growlhound. And the guild masters in the audience kind of like fold their arms. And Lord Growlhound says, for far too long, Laeral Silverhand has kept her foot on the back of the nobles, stolen our land from us, given it over to private profiteers, and what has happened to the people of Waterdeep? Crime has shot up, misery has shot up. We must go back to the noble ways. And Blinken, you can roll a perception check if you want on Lord Growlhound or the people around him, or you can just continue listening.
Yeah, I'll roll a perception while I rolled an 11 total.
With that, you can see behind him, Milton is mouthing the words as if this is a prepared speech. The reactions of Lady Growlhound or Lady Amalia Castellanter you can't really see that. And Lord Growlhound continues, I will fight to undo the taxes that burden the nobles, and we will do what we did in the past. Give it back to the people. Feasts, parties, bonuses at the end of the year. We do not need to grow our wealth, for we are wealthy. And some of even the normal people in the crowd start to cheer. And then your guildmaster steps forward and says, okay, Growlhound, if you're ready to be open, Lord, what say you to the rumors? And Lord Growlhound says, I have no idea what you're talking about, sir. And the guildmaster says, what say you to the rumors that Laeral Silverhand has fallen ill to another coma? And silence shocks the crowd. Blinken, you would know that Laeral Silverhand is the open lord of Waterdeep. She has successfully kept the peace here since Daggalt Neverember was ousted. But you know, back in the day, Laeral Silverhand was an adventurer, a chosen of Mystra, and for a time, she wore a crown that made her evil and one of the most feared sorceresses in all the lands. After that crown was removed, she fell into a deep coma for almost 30 years of her life. The crowd is shocked. Everybody would know this. The guildmaster says, what say you, Lord Growlhound? And Growlhound steps forward and says, I can tell you that it is the truth. Laeral Silverhand has left Waterdeep leaderless through her recklessness, because we have allowed the Masked Lords to elect whomever they want, and of course they chose the cursed adventurer. Put power back into the hands of the nobles, where stability reigns supreme. And people shout, who will keep the city safe? People are actually kind of nervous about this. And Davos Starsong steps forward and says, Lord Growlhound, okay, what will you do to keep the city safe? I was just attacked by a goblin in this very establishment. Blinken, do you do anything?
No, I'm just gonna, listen in and kind of look around and make sure Inchi isn't doing something stupid after this. So, I'm just paying attention.
You look around and you can't see Inchi. He's not around in his little sheet.
Yeah.
And you hear one of the nobles say, Where is that Force Grey officer? Where's the artificer? I saw her here earlier. Perhaps she can answer our questions. And Davos Starsong seizes on this opportunity. He jumps down and swings his arm around that noble and says, yes, where is the artificer? I have to report a goblin attack that happened on me on the night of the dancing moon. Has anyone seen this artificer? And people around in the crowd go, I believe I saw her walking around here earlier. Blinken, do you do anything?
I don't see Huel, aka the fake artificer, around really. So I'm just kind of...
I think y'all would have line of sight on each other. You know he's kind of out of the way down here to the south.
Oh, okay. And we didn't even establish who had the messaging stone. I guess I do. Let's just say I do, since I have everything.
That works to send one message to the artificer herself.
Okay. I'll whisper in the rock, in the stone, and be like, bring Huel here now.
15 feet away from Istrid, that's a risky move, but you whisper it, and the artificer steps back and starts walking towards you, Huel. And then you hear, Blinken, Lady Castellanter step forward and say, a goblin was arrested trying to get into our villa just the other month. And that kind of fades out. Blinken, that's the end of your turn. 17, Inchi, it is your turn. What do you do?
And she's continuing to follow this lady right here.
Okay. She is going to go down here, down these steps. Actually, how far can she move? Okay, so she's going to walk down here to these guards. She's going to look at them and breathe deeply. She smells no sewers. The guards look at her suspiciously, and she continues walking. And you stay 15 feet behind. And you see the guards, like, looking at each other and going, like, do I smell? No. Do you smell? No. Do I smell? Do you smell?
God.
Inchi, do you do anything else?
I think Inchi's just gonna rub his armpit and smell it off his fingers because he's noticing how much folks are smelling around him. But then he's figuring that folks are just sparting around him because he smells fine.
You smell how you normally smell. What's the problem?
Right?
Right?
Yeah. No, that's it. It would be used as deodorant in D&D. Apparently, I didn't need it. Maybe rub a bushel of roses under my arms.
Yeah, something like, I don't know, a bucket of soap and water, and you...
Yeah, there is so.
Oh, yeah, and she would never, asking hypothetically.
He would never.
Huel, this blue elf comes and grabs you with her left hand and starts shoving you back towards this area in the shadows over here. You know it's the artificer. The artificer pushes you back here and says, something's going on, Huel. People are calling for my name. People asking to see me. There's a panic spreading through the crowd. Lady of Silverhand has fallen back into a coma. And Huel, you remember all day and all night, you've been seeing these paper birds fly over the city. You know that something's afoot in the city. Some big news about this Laeral Silverhand person.
Yeah, with all the paper flying about something's afoot.
Yes, we've been trying to keep those rumors at bay, but it just broke. No doubt from here it'll spread to the papers by morning.
What should we do? Should we wait till the moon dance? Should we leave?
He says, I can't miss the moon dance. It's when everything in my body resets. I depend on it. I have to go into a zero gravity state at least once a month.
He's just sitting there thinking, contemplating. So how are we gonna do this moon dance? Do I have to do it? How's this gonna work?
You can go over there, reassure the crowd. Tell them everything's going to be fine if Force Grey is on top of it. That'll get the Doom Raiders' attention, at least as well. 2 birds, 1 stone, she says, looking at your raven, and says, sorry.
Say that fella's lying up there. While I point to the guy talking.
No. Just reassure the crowd that Force Grey and the City Watch will continue to do its work and maintain peace in the streets.
Oh yeah, I'd definitely go over and start trying to talk with him.
She says, okay, thank you, Huel. Thank you. And you see that she actually looks a bit worried. Like, this is kind of getting far beyond what she thought it would be tonight. If you dash, you could make it over there by the end of this turn.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't. I'd definitely be like, please, the Force Grey has everything under control. These are just rumors, hearsay, nothing concrete. Force Grey will get to the bottom of it, and then I'll dash over there.
Okay, yeah. She says, yeah, stuff like that. People love that. Okay. So you dash over there, and you announce yourself. For the Artificer's turn, she is going to kind of slink back around here so that she can kind of hear the conversation. Okay, and then we're going to go back to Blinken. Huel just ran up, disguised as the Artificer. You can tell that it's Huel in a disguise. You are about 15 feet away from Istrid Horn. Everybody turned around to look at Huel. What would you like to do?
Well, as he's passing by, I will move probably closer to like the northwest here and kind of keep an eye out here, like towards this area right there.
Okay.
And then just kind of listening carefully and see what sort of chaos is going to happen if there's chaos.
Okay, roll a perception check.
Yep. Perception is 8th. I rolled a 17 for perception.
Okay, so people continue talking, kind of as they were. The guild masters and nobles are shouting. Lord Growlhound's trying to say his points. Lady Amala stepped forward to have her voice heard, and Milton, like a good soldier, stepped up right behind her to make sure that she is safe from everything. And you notice Lady Growlhound here in the very back does not seem to care about any of this, and is looking at her nails, and you feel Aronnax shudder in your pouch. Looking back across, though, you hear Davil Starsong say, there she is, showing herself after a long while. What do you have to say for yourself, Miss Member of Force Grey? Inchi, you are continuing to follow this woman along. She rounds the corner down here, across this river, and as you pass this point right here, Inchi, you feel a shift in the wind, and you feel like it could blow your way. What would you do?
Inchi sees nothing wrong and continues following.
You feel like that wind could blow your scent in her direction. Are you sure about that?
I mean, someone else could have farted. There's somebody. There's maybe someone around.
Okay. You're basically gonna roll a stealth check with advantage that I'm kind of treating like luck. How hard does that wind blow? So
Okay.
roll a stealth check with advantage.
Work, damn you. There we go.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Seriously, wow.
So just being along that river, the wind shifts for just a moment from the west to the east, or from the east to the west. This woman turns around and sniffs the air and smells something familiar. She continues to look around in this same area. Inchi, what do you do?
I think all Inchi does is he's gonna slink behind these boxes.
Okay, no need to roll. You are good. Huel, Dabble Starsong is walking up towards you, along with this noble that was talking to you earlier that confused you for the artificer, and a City Watch person is following them. And Dabble Starsong says, "Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. I'd like to file a report, something that happened under your direct watch. I guess there was something more important going on tonight. On tonight of all nights." And the noble says, Quite. Miss Artificer, apparently goblins have been attacking all over the city. What does Force Grey have to say about such thing? Why is it the Black Staff here if you can't do your job?
Oh, it's been a terrible busy night. You know how the children and the teens are acting, dressing up as monsters and goblins, but are probably just pranking them.
Oh, and Davil points to like his bloody ear and he says, "Oh, you think this is a prank? Is this a joke to you?" And he turns around to the crowd and he says, "Of course, in our moment of need, Force Grey is downplaying all the threats to us." And the noble looks kind of taken aback. Huel, what do you do?
I would go up to him and kind of like look at his ear. He's like, "Oh, he must have gotten some red paint on his ear from a jester or something."
Yes.
And I'm gonna.
He is missing a chunk of his ear. There are claw marks on it where Inchi grabbed him.
He's gonna do that like cringe his face when he sees it.
Yeah.
And could I roll a stealth check with like the underpass without a trace? I know it's like for more sneaking, but I'm trying to like stealthily cast Cure Wound on him or Healing Word.
So he would 100% know that you do that, just so you know. Like, you can't sneak that past him.
Oh yeah, I'd be trying just to see everybody else, make it seem like he's crazy, like
Okay.
he's picking up this injury to kind of.
So
I'll even roll
disguise stealth is concentration, I believe, right?
Yeah, the verbal's not, or for Healing Word, it's just verbal. So I have to say something like that's what I mean. I'd be more like, "Oh, there's absolutely nothing with his ear. His ear looks fine," like that, like as I'm casting it.
Yeah, okay, so disguise spell has no concentration requirement, so you can cast another spell while you do that. So you can cast Healing Word on him. Go ahead and roll for how much that would heal him, and then we'll roll your stealth check after that.
2 ones, nice. Just
No
think,
way. It says you did 6.
From the other
Plus 4?
bonuses and stuff. It's
Well, yeah. It's just a little chunk of his ear, so that gets healed pretty quickly and easily. Okay, now roll a stealth check. No advantage because you are completely surrounded by witnesses.
He is near me though, so
probably plus 10 to be 29 if I'm under the pass without a trace.
am I? Let me see.
You are.
Oh no, he's
55
far.
feet away.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, a 19, dude, that's pretty fucking good. So you're able to do this very quickly, and he knows you did it, and he kind of flinches away, and the City Watch looks at him, and the noble looks at him, and like there's just a red mark where there was a wound a second ago, and they go, "Oh, of course, you Doom Raiders, always making up the most dramatic stories." And Dabble Starsong like steps back. He's kind of lost the power, but he knows that you did this. And Istrid Horn is right there too, and saw his ear before, and knows that something happened, and she steps back. They're both very suspicious of you now, Huel. But the noble steps forward and says, Miss Artificer, can you come please talk to the crowd? Just simply calm them down. We have questions about Layrel."
Of course, I'll answer any and all questions, and I'll kind of just brush off the Doom Raider ear thing and then straight away.
So you can just kind of walk right past them, Huel, and they just look aghast. They feel like they just got played by you. You get inspiration for that. That was pretty slick.
Hey, sweet.
Sweet. Okay, so you get dragged over here, and little Inchi, that crow from Destry, leans down on your shoulder and says, "See, now that was bold. That's what you need. Good job, boss." And you are brought over here next to Lord Growlhund, and everyone steps back. What would you say to this crowd that is concerned about goblin attacks and such, and Layrel Silverhand falling ill?
You know, the tensions are high tonight. Like I said, I think it's just children causing riffraff. There are no goblins in the city. Crazy talk. Doom Raiders. Force Grey has everything under control.
Okay. Roll a. I guess this would be a performance. So go ahead and roll a performance with advantage. Hell yeah, Huel, you're doing great. You're nailing it today. The crowd looks reassured, and some people even clap to what you say. Lord Growlhound reaches out to shake your hand and says, "Of course, when I'm open war lord, I will make sure that the elite soldiers of our law enforcement are treated properly." He says that to you, Huel.
We'll go like shake his hand with the fake armor guy and realize and catch it, and let's hope
Okay.
that day comes sooner than later. And we'll shake his hand and
Okay. The tensions kind of disperse. People start spreading out again. The Doom Raiders are all talking to each other. Huel, do you want to stay where you are, or do you want to kind of get back in the crowd?
we'll then get back in the crowd, start like talking with people, and try to get closer to like Blinken or somebody who like even the artificer, like Artie, how long till the moon dance kind of thing. Like,
Okay, yeah. So we just went through another round. So, well, where is Artie? Yeah, you'd have to come way back here. Do you want to leave the Doom Raiders line of sight to come back here behind the Fool's Candle?
I mean, yeah, I'll see like everybody's here, kind of like milling around. I'll definitely go over there.
Okay. And as you get over there and you ask Artie, the artificer, that, you hear this lunar druid, and Lincoln, you would see her stand up over here, and she says, "Everyone, as terrifying as today's events have been, let us set aside terror for one day and celebrate." And she begins waving her hands and saying a series of elvish words out loud. The Doom Raiders take this as their cue, and they begin going for their instruments. Istrid sits at her piano. Schemo picks up a lute. Davil stands in front of this strange metal object that has a glowing crystal at the tip of it. And he says, "All members of the Doom Raiders to the stage. If we could have our drummer back, that'd be great." Schemo or Inchi, you see this woman that you were following run up to the north. What do you do?
And she continues to follow.
Okay. Blinken, you see this woman, or actually, Inchi, you would see this woman run into these tents here, wave her arms a little bit, and she would be dismissing a disguise self spell, and she turns into Zaraj the Hunter, and she begins running back towards the stage to her drum set. Do you follow her all the way there?
No, because I don't think I'm supposed to know that she is the Shadow Man or whatever.
No, yeah, you would know. So, like, you were following her to right here. You saw her get here and change from this human woman into Zaraj and then run up to her drum set. And Artie told you earlier that every time you met the Shadow Man, it was Zaraj the Hunter.
Oh, okay, shit. Well, no, and she's just going to. I think Heal is the only one visible because Blinken is also invisible.
I'm
He
stealth.
just says pass without trace. You, as his friend, would be able to see him.
Gotcha. I just run up to whichever one I find first, Blinken or Heal.
You would probably see Blinken first. Let me spread out these tokens. The Doom Raiders are doing their final tuning. The Lunar Druid is whispering elvish words. People are spreading about the crowd.
Hey, Blinken, what have you been up to?
I'm like ignoring him for the most part. I just kind of, when he runs up to me, I just kind of nod, just watching the crowd, carefully looking around, making sure nothing's happening. Why? What did you do?
Oh, I was having a talk with Mr. Galanasi over there, and he was, I think he was trying to talk up a little elf thing that had like purple ears. Oh yeah, her head was also on fire.
Interesting.
Yeah, I figured you're ignoring me. Where's Huel?
he just kind of points at the general direction of where fake artificer's walking away. He's over there.
And she waves Blinken off and goes to find Huel.
Okay, so Blinken, you're up there by yourself. Everybody else is kind of over here in the corner. Does anybody want to do anything before the moon dance starts?
I can't think of anything.
Nah.
Okay. All the clouds that are in front of the moon move to the side as if pushed by a gust of wind. The moon shines bright down into the courtyard, but especially around the circle in front of the Jade Dancer. The Lunar Druid, speaking Elvish, raises her hands high, cupping the outline of the moon with her hands as they reach the top. She says a few words in Elvish, and the air around the Jade Dancer turns pink. This 60-foot spherical force field emanates from the yard, and the Doom Raiders start playing a soft song led by Istrid Horn on the piano. The children that were sitting out here chasing birds earlier and trying to get Trolltide candy look around in amazement. The pink and purple sphere reflected in their eyes. The lunar druid continues mumbling, going back to the top of the order. Blinken.
Move back towards the corner. I think they're at. Kind of still keep an eye out.
The artificer looks around the corner and sees the glowing sphere, and her face says that she wants to go to it so very badly.
So I look at the crew and everything and be like, I'm just here to observe and make sure nothing weird is gonna happen so far. You know, it's relatively okay. I don't know about you all.
Oh, yeah. I'm just trying to keep Miss Artie here alive. And the Shadow Man is on stage, and I don't think she could be attacking or killing her from there.
Maybe if, and I look up to the second floor there and look around, basically trying to see if there's a vantage point just in case an attack would happen.
Yes, that's where Sad Boy McGee was stationed at earlier. It had an excellent view of the whole courtyard. The artificer has sweat on her brow, and she's looking like she's having difficulty standing. And she breathes in and she says, surely they're not bold enough to try anything on stage, you know?
In front of all these
Yes,
people?
right, exactly. I know I thought earlier they'd be bold enough to do it, but they've failed at everything so far.
Have you had a little too much to drink tonight, lady? Yes, what's going on?
She says, much of my body, much of my insides, including one of my legs, are permanently fused with bits of machinery that I made with the help of my father. These instruments kept me alive and allowed me to be strong all throughout my childhood, when I would have surely died otherwise. In order for all these parts to work together, they need to perform maintenance on themselves. They have to do things to keep the gears from grinding together, to get the dust out. And all of these charms are set to work in an environment with zero gravity. It ensures a proper maintainment and alignment of the cogs, but it must happen every month, or I am in great pain until such time as I can reach an environment with zero gravity.
That's tough.
She says, my father designed it around the moon dance. He said, I loved it so much it inspired him to find a way to make it all work. I've been here every single month, as long as I can remember.
Okay, well, the zero gravity thing should be going down soon, right?
Now.
Now? Well, lady, let's go do what you need to do.
Okay. She doesn't need to be told twice. She starts stepping away. Who's going with her?
And she drive behind her.
Okay.
I would be
Huel?
going to, for sure.
Okay, she looks at you and then looks at the right arm that you have, the little prop of it that you still have. And you remember that she said you would have to lose it to go into the moon dance because she can't take her arm into the moon dance. It's a separate piece.
I'll
I'll
stick my arm out, and then be like, here, give it to me. I'll fucking put it in the briefcase.
I will give y'all a chance real quick if you want to say that y'all discussed a way to give a signal to each other when Huel hears the part of the song he heard in his vision.
I don't really like to pop off a signal with. I have Mage Hand. I guess I could minor illusion something else. Yeah, I'll say I'm floating up high. I'll say when I get up high, and if something goes wrong when the song plays, I'll pop golden fireworks. Like they'll just be solid gold. Like I'll point at Aronix, just like him.
I will say before they go that I want to point out that I'm gonna go head upstairs to that area there to like survey just in case something funny is gonna happen.
You just
Okay.
want a better view of the show, don't you?
Sure,
Hey,
we'll go with
Blinken's
that.
a big Doom Raiders fan.
Yeah, I think I want to make sure I'm in the booth seat so I don't have to be in the mosh pit area.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Blinken, you can drag your token up there when you want. This is not like a cutout. This is the actual upstairs area up here.
Okay.
Okay, everybody else, y'all follow Artie, the artificer, disguised as a blue elf woman, into this circle. Or I'm not going to do that for you. She walks you over to it, and then she steps in herself. And then you notice that other people in the crowd, they seem to be kind of skating along the surface. These kids over here, they're pushing each other, and they're almost like floating away as if they don't have any weight. This woman here is jumping like really high without putting any real effort into it. And this nobleman right here, he seems giddy and excited, but he's trying not to show it. This Drow security officer stands right here on the edge of the bubble. The artificer, however, steps in here, looks up, closes her eyes, and her feet leave the ground, and she floats up and up and up, about 10 feet.
And she jumps and catches her foot. Whoa, whoa.
Hold up. This sphere is about 60 feet high and 60 feet wide. As she floats up, she gets about 5 feet off the ground. And Inchi, you said you reacted to that?
Yeah, I grabbed onto her foot.
Whoa, lady.
So Inchi, invisible, steps forward and grabs onto the artificer's foot. Inchi, as you step across this barrier, you have to make a choice. You feel that if you are willing, you can float as high as you want within this sphere. And if you are not willing, gravity will affect you normally. As you leap up to catch the artificer, do you want to take advantage of this spell?
Okay. I've got two ways of looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
In one case, Inchi's first thought is he doesn't want him or the artificer to fall. So that would lean towards no gravity.
Okay.
But if in my head I know that I will have zero gravity and I will just rise up, Inchi's fear of heights will kick in. So do I actually know I'm about to be lifted up?
Yes, you can feel the way this spell works. If you're a willing creature, gravity has no effect on you. And if you want gravity to have an effect, all you have to do is not be willing.
Okay, gravity is going to take effect right now then. And Inchi grabs onto the artificer's foot.
Inchi, you step forward and grab the artificer. With the additional weight, you actually pull her down. When you grab her foot, you do not feel bone and flesh underneath your hand. You feel something hard and metal, and she cries out.
Whoa, what's going on here?
You pull her down. Istrid Horn and Davil Starsong are going to make perception checks. Istrid first. That is a 14 plus 5. So she got a 21. Davil also rolled very high. Oh, Jesus Christ, his perception is high. Davil also saw this weird thing happen to the artificer where she was floating, and then it looked like her leg was grabbed by something heavy, and she was pulled down, and she cried out with pain. They both noticed this happen. And she pulled the artificer down. Do you say something to her?
Lady, where are you going? You're gonna fall.
He says, Inchi, get your hands off of me. Don't touch people like that. She, her face is grimaced in pain, and she says, you're supposed to be invisible.
Oh, okay, all right, fine. Well, I was just trying to help you, lady.
And she lets go over.
You can tell that she is determined to float. She has to float.
All right, and she walks back over to Huel.
Huel, what are
Trying
you
to
doing?
help a woman.
I would go into the moon dance since I'm the artificer disguise. I would go in there and start floating around.
Okay, where do you go? You can move your token to it.
I'll try to just be not too close to Artie down there. I'll just be floating around up here.
For the artificer's turn, she shrugs off what happened. She stands, leaning onto her left leg, not putting any weight on her right, and she breathes deep, closes her eyes, and floats. And she starts lifting and lifting into the air. Her elven disguise, having 2 arms and dressed in humble cloth clothes. It is the Doom Raiders' turn. You hear the Doom Raiders singing. Davil is singing in Elvish. How many people here understand Elvish?
Oh, good question.
Not Inchi.
Not I, sir.
If there's some lyrics in Goblin, I'll understand.
I feel like the Doom Raiders would do a song in Goblin.
And
Yeah,
Inchi will
no, not
do
me.
it.
Alright, so you just hear Davil Starsong going, Natran to me no no me, Natran to me no no say. And y'all continue on. You're floating.
Like an active perception roll to kind of keep an eye on the whole thing to make sure, nothing funny is gonna happen. Like I said, if there's any type of attack. Am I alone up here? Is everyone down there?
Yes, yeah, everybody came here for this. So the
Okay.
only people that aren't here are City Watch who are patrolling.
Well, my plan is this: if something gonna happen, I'll roll perception to maintain that just in case something funny happened. But the idea is I want to see if I could pull out the bow and see if I could use it with that big ass arrow to attack someone, so that it makes it look like the Shadow Man is also attacking. Right?
Okay. Okay, yeah. The
So-
arrows as thick as saplings.
Right,
Made
because
with
I am
wood from your
obviously
guild.
familiar with it since my guild made it, right? So that's what I want to do. If I see anyone attacking, I'm using that bow and arrow to them, right? Whoever's attacking.
Yes.
That's my
Yes.
plan.
Okay. So pulling out this bow and arrow from the briefcase of holding, shoving aside all the other stuff in there. The bow is bigger than you, and the arrow is about as big as you. With as thick as it is, you almost feel like you could use it as a spear if you had to. But you notch it on the bow, and you know this is well made. The bow is powerful, but it can bend easy, but it is designed for someone very strong. Roll a strength check to see if you can pull this bow. And if you can
Okay.
do it once, I won't make you do it every time. You
Okay.
need to beat an 18.
Oh, gee. All right.
Zaraj is a barbarian.
Damn, I rolled a 15.
Blinken, you pull on this bow, and you're able to pull it a bit. You'd hurl it at somebody, and it would hurt them bad, but it wouldn't quite hit them like a bow. You know that this could be more powerful. Looking at it with your guild eyes, you think maybe if you pulled it again, you could pull it in just the right way, apply the right leverage to it to bend this wood, but that would have to be next turn.
Okay.
From your vantage point, looking around here, though, you could see to the north, Lady Growlhound still is not very interested in what's going on, and she's talking to Lord Growlhound. Milton is keeping a watch over the crowd with all the security guards protecting Lady Castellanter, who is looking at the show with an amused smile on her face.
I also rolled a 17 on perception.
Oh, fantastic. Milton and Lady Castellanter are looking at the Doom Raiders, and they have like a little bit of disdain in their eyes. You know, they're highborn, and they love the classic music, the noble things, the things that enrich your spirit. This trash music from these street urchins, the Doom Raiders, it's not dignified. But there's something more than that. You wonder if there's a history between the Castellanters and the Doom Raiders. Looking to your south, you can see that members of the Sea Maidens Fair are now going towards the dancing sphere. They are going to put on a show or put on magic spells around the outside of the spear to add to the delight of everybody dancing around. Again, the only people not really interested in this are members of the City Watch, who are close by to the dancing sphere. Inchi, it is your turn. What do you do?
Artificer is good for now. He looks chill.
She is floating about 10 feet in the air. She is taking her time. She'll go about 10 feet every turn until she stops.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go. I don't know why I'm doing the voice, and she's not talking. And she's
In character.
going to walk over to this noble and pull out of his foot as he's floating.
This noble is like hovering like 3 feet above the ground, and he's just spinning, and he's stifling a giggle as he does it. You're gonna
Oh,
pull
well.
him down.
No. In that case, and she's gonna push at his top and try to have him spinning.
You send him on a little push, and you send him kind of reeling. He starts spinning back and forth, and he must end his willingness because he falls immediately down on this bench. And he goes, "Whoa, whoa!" And Davos says, "Don't worry about it, my man. Just stand up and get back in there. Enjoy the show." And he continues singing. Inchi, do you do anything else?
If I have enough movement left,
You barely moved.
Yeah. Okay. Is the wise wizard right here floating?
Yes, no, he's not floating, but he is in the dancing sphere, and he's just watching everybody dancing, and he seems to be tapping his foot along to the tune. I think he knows Elvish.
What about this lady to the right of the wizard?
She is hovering just a few inches or like an inch off the ground, and she's kind of pushing herself off these benches back and forth, and she's kind of skating, and she's laughing to herself.
Okay. And she's going to like put a hand under her leg and like launch her legs up so that she's also spinning.
And trip her.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Oh, you throw her up?
Yeah, kind of, but it's like only on her legs, so just the legs are going up. But since it's zero gravity, centripetal force will just have her going, spinning.
You send her flying. A similar thing happens. She starts dropping out of the air, but before she crashes, she must change her state of mind and become willing again because she begins floating about a foot off the ground. Davil Starsong and Schema Weirdbottle are going to roll perception checks because something weird just happened in front of them. That was Davil. He rolled a 7, but with everything he adds to his perception check, he got a 20-something.
Damn.
It's like he's a level 13 bard. He has plus 12 to his perception check. I made character sheets for these guys. Schema Weird Bottle doesn't see anything, though. You notice Inchi over here by Schema Weird Bottle. He's playing on a lute, and in a stand behind him are various potions and glowing crystals. You don't know what those would be used for.
Okay.
You haven't really performed an action this turn. You can do so if you wish.
Oh, you know what? I'll just spend the last of it craning my head over the lunar lady's shoulder right here and trying to see what Zaraj is doing. Maybe a perception.
Looking at Zaraj, she has her eyes on the artificer, but her part on the drums is coming up and she's building it up on the snare drum and the cymbals.
I feel like that's enough to end my turn.
All right. Huel, it is your turn. As the artificer, you came in here and you started floating. What would you like to do this turn?
Yeah, I'm kind of just floating up as high as I can, and I kind of just be like surveillancing around, peeping, like just looking around, kind of like a perception to see how their performance is going. The Doom Raiders,
Yes, go ahead.
like they're not planning anything, or I'm so high up that it's just everyone like it's all blurry. I can't see down that
Yeah.
far.
Yeah, the magic's kind of getting in your way, but you can, like, you're a bard, so listening to them, you can kind of tell their state of mind. Istrid is really playing the piano, like hitting the notes, getting a full beat every time. You notice that she's very, very good at it. She's not sloppy with it. Davil is singing these lyrics, and he's really putting emphasis on different consonants and singing it with different tones to drive the point home. Schemo is getting lost playing his little lute, and Zaraj is building up on her drums. Istrid Horn and Zaraj the Hunter have both taken looks at you while they're playing, though. But, Huel, you've read their lyric book. Roll an intelligence check. See if you can tell what the lyrics are. Or you could pull it out and look through it.
The double one, the snake eyes again, and I'm a halfling because what the hell was that?
I mean,
You just in your mind, you're like, man, is this the band that did Waterdeep Idiot? Huel, that is your turn. It is the artificer's turn, and she is going to float a bit higher. She is 20 feet off the ground now. The Doom Raiders continue singing this song in Elvish. They've sung a chorus twice now, and they're rounding out their third verse. So this song will be ending soon. Oh, I'm getting nervous. Blinken, what do you do?
again, I'm just going to keep an eye out, and then I'm going to try to mess with the bow again, see if I could get that handle right. So I'll roll another strength check.
Mm-hmm. Beat an 18.
14 now.
Okay. I'm going to let you do it again. But if you fail a third time, I'm going to say your arm won't be able to try this again.
Okay. And if not, I could always chuck the goddamn thing, the arrow. So worst case scenario. Nope, it's a 16.
You try it
damn it.
again, and that muscle in the back of your forearm cramps up, and you know that you won't be able to pull this bow tonight. Looking at your options, you have that spear. You also have the artificer's arm, and you remember something that she's done multiple times tonight. She's extended 2 fingers and raised her thumb up on it, as if her arm has some kind of attack. You can
Okay.
look at that next turn if you want. Inchi, as you're causing chaos along here and keeping an eye on the Doom Raiders, members of the Sea Maidens Fair begin stepping into the moon dance, and as they step in, they begin floating immediately, taking to it effortlessly, going higher and higher. This clown right here next to you juggling fireballs and begins passing them through or not full fireballs, but little flame strikes, and passing them through the dancing sphere, sending them arcing. Other members of the Sea Maidens Fair come and begin casting spells at the borders, sending magic sights all along the area. What would you do, Inchi?
I think Inchi's going to go ahead and walk back over to where his dudes are over here. His whole purpose was he was trying to cover up the fact that he was just pulling up the artificer. So he wanted to just pull on a couple of others so it's not just her suspect. He'll walk back over here and he's just going to observe the magic that's going on.
Okay. You are particularly taken by this band of fire right here. It's just kind of floating in the air. It's a perfect circle, and it's just twisting and floating through the air, changing its size. Huel, it is your turn. The Doom Raiders are ending this current song. what would you do?
He's just like floating up at the top, trying to like see if anybody was coming up, or because he's artificer, right? He's watching to see if there's any trouble. Can I try to see if it's that song, "The Ghost of You," that they were playing, or?
Yes, roll an intelligence check. If you get a 10, you can tell if this is Ghost of You or not. And if you get above a 16, I will tell you what song it is.
If I get snake eyes again,
Right? The roll 20 die are cursed, remember?
Yeah,
they
fuck
must
that
be.
shit.
I'm using my real dice.
Fuck this dice system.
So you know that no, this is not Ghost of You. It's too fast. The lyrics, this one word, Das Fronte, gets repeated too many times. This is not Ghost of You.
Okay, and you said the Artie floated up like 20 more feet, 10 more feet, which is at 20 feet.
Yeah. She's at 20 feet in the air. I think last time you said you were like 10 feet.
I was like 60, like at the max. It's like a flower.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can't move that fast. I'll say you're at 20. You can go up another 10 feet if you want.
Okay, yeah, so I'll be at like 30 feet. I'll be just above Artifice. I'll be like kind of around.
Okay.
So at 20 feet, I'm at 30, and I'll be just floating back up.
Okay. You notice that the artificer this whole time, she's just kind of let her body float. Like you can do in water, like you let everything just fall and like your stomach is up in the air. That's what she's been doing. But you see her stretch her wrists and her ankles and then her whole body, and she stretches out and she spins a little bit with her arms outstretched, and then she points her toe as if she's in a ballet, and she finishes her spin, and she pushes up as she floats just a little bit higher. She looks like she's swimming. The Doom Raiders end their current song and they say, that was our song, Mother. Thank you, everybody, for coming out to the moon dance. This has been incredible. This one is a really special one for us. It made us remember how much we miss our old bandmate Froggy, and we're gonna get the band back together. And people cheer, not really listening, just waiting for the song to start. And this starts with a slow bit of piano music from Istrid. Schema Weirdbottle plays a melody on his lute. Zaraj the Hunter puts down her sticks. It looks like she's not going to play for a while. And Davil Starsong looks down, collecting his breath. The Lunar Druid continues muttering in Elvish, her arms outstretched, making a silhouette out of the moon with her hands. Lincoln, it is back over to your turn.
Well, at this point, I'm like, Lincoln's like, shit, I can't do anything with his bow. Let me look through here. And I'm gonna check on the glove.
To look at the mechanics of the artificer's arm, you would have to physically remove her glove or the sleeve. It looks like it's something to like keep dust out and stuff, and also provide her a bit of privacy. It has a zipper on it that connects it to the sleeve, so it always stays on, but that's like hidden beneath the fold. Like since you're looking at it, it looks very well made and well thought out, like someone spent a lot of time paying attention to the details. But you take this off and you see this copper, I was going to describe it to you like you've seen it before, but you've seen nothing like this before. This copper pipe that has been made in such a very small diameter, you don't even know if you have the tools to measure a pipe that small back at your shop. And they're all interconnected, and when you move the individual fingers of this hand, those copper pipes move back and forth, very well oiled, very well maintained. But in the knuckles of each one of these hands, there is a gemstone. There is a red gemstone, a blue gemstone, a light blue gemstone that seems to have a light cackling within it, and a white gemstone. These are each of the knuckles for the 4 fingers. The thumb has nothing.
Okay. I mean, that looks like Thanos' glove.
Yeah, that definitely leaked into it a bit.
I'll put the glove back on and, kind of take note of that. But somehow what I'm thinking is I want to try to like use that extension, kind of somehow sort the bow, like, figure out a spot where the bow would be, and then like use it as like a like a ballista type thing to shoot the arrow, just in case I have to.
You want to use the arm to pull?
No, like pull the bow with the big arrow attached to it. So like, obviously I want to make sure there's enough room for it to let go when I release the kind of like a ballista, right?
Picking it up. Okay.
Kind of like a redneck experiment thing, just kind of put it like against a table or something, lodge it between, and then like use that thing to like pull back and let go when I need to shoot the thing.
I get exactly what you're saying, dude.
You know what I'm saying?
I love it. I love it. I love it. Roll an No, I'll just make you roll a dex check.
Okay.
With disadvantage when you fire this.
Okay.
Okay. So using your mind, you're able to secure this ballista. You're wrapping the artificer's fingers around it, and you find a little switch that like keeps them locked in place. And you
Okay.
just pull back on this bow, and you find that you're able to pull it back, but it is difficult to line up the shot. What do you do, Inchi?
And she sits down on this box right here, looking up at the artificer, making sure she has the okay, and really just thinking about how psychopathic everybody is for willingly leaving the ground. And he's gonna
Genuinely
sit his-
don't understand it.
Yes, he's going to sit his butt right in that crate and just watch the artificer.
Okay. The artificer is floating into the air, but she's no longer just letting herself float. She seems to be dancing a little bit as she moves through the air, gliding over towards the center, getting higher and higher in the air as well. Huel,
And she went.
what do you do?
It basically just be the same thing, really. Just like kind of listen out, pin out the song, and then keeping an eye on the artificer.
Okay.
Watch her
So
dance.
your last intelligence or was a 13. So you were thinking about the lyrics. This one kind of matches up. The tempo is right. And you listen along to the song and Davil's singing the correct notes. This is the ghost of you. This is the song. After a small bridge, your vision shows the artificer falling, falling, falling.
I'm gonna start getting scared and kind of just floating up a bit more. I'd float up to 40 feet.
Zaraj the Hunter comes in on the drums, and Schemo begins playing even harder. And Davil Star Song lifts his feet off the ground, and he begins floating as he plays along on the song. Lincoln, it is your turn. You have this bowstring pulled tight.
Obviously, I don't know who it's going to be, so I'm just going to keep an eye out. So I think for now, since I figured that I could pull the string back kind of securely-ish, I'll walk back and kind of keep an eye out and, look into the crowd and see if anybody is going to do something stupid. And then I'll get ready to ink back and then release once, I see something.
Looking over at Aranax, though, he has crawled out of his bag since y'all are alone, and he's on your shoulder, and he's looking towards the north. And you can see now you kind of share vision with him through your psychic link. He's looking at Lady Growlhound. Is that your turn?
At that point, yeah, I'm gonna, survey that, but at the same time, wait for that firework signal to...
Inchi, your turn.
And she sees the artificer floating off towards the center, and I'm just kind of walking along below her, like, oh, come on, lady. And it's my turn.
So you're like running below her. You're invisible. You're not floating up after her.
No, I'm walking.
Okay.
I refuse to float.
Okay. You walk past Dabble Star Song and Istrid Horn, and she continues to twist and turn and float away. Is that your turn, Inchi?
Got it. Okay, yeah, no, that ends my turn as I'm just watching the artificer.
Okay. You also hear this lunar druid right here, continuing to chant in Elvish. Huel, your turn. The Doom Raiders are now singing their second verse. You know that you are a chorage and a bridge away from the part of your vision, and you begin to feel that sense of dread creep in. This song is kind of lonely and creepy. You remember the lyrics. It's a song about how if the singer could die, they could be together with their dead girlfriend.
Would I have to cast the minor illusion? Like, would that have been going off like last turn?
So you want to cast it now?
Oh yeah, I've definitely given them the signal. Like, this is the song. Like, something's about to happen.
Okay. You fire that off into the air. Inchi, Huel, and Blinken, you all see this golden firework go off in the air. The children ooh and ah as they're floating about 20 or 30 feet off the ground, looking at the golden firework. The clowns give out a cheer, and the bard Jester strums a note on his lute. Not overpowering the Doom Raiders, just acknowledging what happened. And everybody continues to float. Hill, do you go even higher in the air?
Yeah, I'm at 40 feet. Where's Artificer in terms of like how high? She's still 20 or?
No, she's at 40 now.
Oh, I'm at 40 still too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd go up to 50, like being above her.
Okay, so you're going higher and higher and higher.
Oh yeah.
The Doom Raiders continue feeling, and you think back to the lyrics that you read, and you know that right now Dabble is singing, I remember now, at the top of my lungs, in my arms, she dies, she dies. It is the Artificer's turn. She floats even higher into the air, 50 feet now, same as you, Huel. And she is now in the center of the moon sphere, so she can go as high as she wants to. She can go up to 60 feet high before she leaves the moon sphere. The Doom Raiders continue singing their song. The people in the crowd continue to float, joyously laughing and cheering. Davil Starsong himself floats up to 20 feet in the air. The Ghost Bard begins flying around the stadium, backing up Schema Weirdbottle on the lute. These street urchins from earlier are floating even higher in the air until one of them says, "Squidly, Jinx, no, don't do anything dangerous," and they float down a little bit, about 15 feet in the air. Schema Weirdbottle reaches over to the stand beside him that holds a glowing crystal, and he throws one of these blue ones on the ground, and these fireworks erupt from it, these blue fireworks, and they hover in the air about 80 feet above the crowd. And then you hear it. The drums, the singing, the lute, they all stop, and it's just Istrid on the piano. Huel, you remember this. This was the very beginning. The falling starts soon. Blinken, what do?
Roll a perception at that point since I saw the fireworks. Obviously, keep an eye on Lady Growlhound, but at the same time, I want to make sure if I see someone pulling out something or do something funny towards Huel, get ready to pull back.
Okay, you can only pick one person to focus on at a time, and I'll say if you happen to be focusing on someone and you need to take a shot at them, I'll let you roll a normal dex attack instead of with disadvantage. So pick someone to focus on.
Well, is my dragon still kind of looking at Lady Growlhound?
Yeah, he's still kind of like looking just directly at her.
All right, I'm gonna look towards that direction and.
You focus on Lady Growlhound. She is talking to Lord Growlhound, and she waves her hand in front of him and walks over to the higher coach and gets inside of it.
Okay.
You can see who you know to be Lady Amala Castellanter, Milton, and Lord Growlhound. When Lady Growlhound is out of sight, you can feel Aranax relax, and he stops focusing on her direction and kind of just looking around.
Okay. Well, since she's in the coach, then I'd rather focus on probably Lord Growlhound and then end my turn and maybe that would be the target.
Lord Growlhound, who you last saw interrogating Rainier Neverember in a warehouse in the docks ward, last you saw of him, Inchi escorted him out of that warehouse, and you did not see him again. He steps up and strikes up a conversation with Milton. They both look towards the Doom Raiders and the people floating in the air.
Okay.
Dabble's Star Song continues singing. Lyrics that he'll know say, "If I fall," and he repeats, "If I fall." Inchi, it's your turn. What do? The Artificer is 50 feet in the air, hanging directly above the Lunar Druid. Those street urchins are hanging about 15 to 20 feet in the air, floating around the center as well. Magic spells are going off everywhere. Davil's Star Song is floating 20 feet in the air, singing softly and passionately.
And she is going to stand pretty near the Lunar Druid, still looking up at the Artificer, and he's going to be ready to push that Lunar Druid just right out of the way to catch her if need be.
Okay. How close do you stand to the Lunar Druid?
Let's say like 10 feet.
10 feet. Okay, so you're standing close to the Lunar Druid. She is muttering in Elvish, she's just whispering that over and over again. Huel, you know that you have just seconds before the part of your vision. They're already singing the notes. What do?
I'll kind of just be floating up higher, like trying to stay parallel with the Artificer. That's probably about it.
55 feet in the air. It is the Artificer's turn. She floats just a little bit higher. She reaches her arm out towards the top of the sphere. Maybe one day she can feel this good outside of the sphere. It is the Doom Raiders' turn. Davil Star Song getting louder and louder, and all the Doom Raiders are now singing together. If I fall, and then the piano, the drums, the lute, and the singing stop. and Davil Star's song whispers, "Down," as he is looking up at this crowd of people above him. And she, looking to your side, you also see Schemo Weirdbottle raise his hand, but you also see a spark leave his hand, a spark of purple energy, and you can feel it float past you and float to the edge of the moon sphere. You recognize it as illusion magic, and right where that trail of purple ended comes the major image of a beholder with one big eye drooling from its mouth with hundreds of razor-sharp teeth. And everybody in the crowd above stop floating, and they begin falling down. Davil Starsong casts the spell Mass Suggestion on 15 people in this crowd with the command, down. His spell save is 17. Huel, roll a wisdom saving throw. You do not pass that, so you begin falling down. You feel your stomach drop out. Whatever weightlessness you felt, you feel all of yourself now. And then you begin falling, looking just like the artificer with only one arm. You each have a turn to react to this. Blinken, what do you do?
Well, if that's the case, I'm going to try to aim for Davil and use that big arrow shit that I made and roll
Okay.
the dex roll.
Okay, do that with disadvantage because you were not focusing on him before.
That's fine. Now, the argument is it proficient?
If you're proficient, yeah, add your proficiency bonus.
Okay.
You're just doing it with disadvantage because it's very big and meant for a half-orc.
That would be a 19.
Oh boy. You unleash an arrow at Davil Starsong. Roll bow damage, and you would add
Okay.
your proficiency bonus, and because it's a +2 bow, add +2.
Okay. So that'll be total of 10 damage.
So you line up this shot on Davil Starsong, and you unleash this massive arrow from your makeshift, what did you call it?
A ballista, pretty much. Yeah. It's like
Yeah. From your makeshift ballista, and it begins flying towards Davil Starsong. We're still just reacting. So, Inchi, you have a reaction. What would you like to do?
Yeah. The artificer is currently falling.
Yes, they all just began to start falling. Like, you're reacting to this, you can see them shift just a little bit. They're not floating anymore. They were still for a second, and now they're falling. Like, you can see it beginning to happen. So you're reacting quickly.
Got it. Fuck. Okay. Yeah. And she's just
you have like feather fall or something.
no. Just illusion for Inchi. And she's still gonna push the Lunar Druid out of the way and kind of have it just trying to get ready to catch the artificer.
Okay, you prep for this, so roll a strength check with disadvantage, or with advantage.
Okay, that's 17 on the first one and 2 on the second, so I'll take that 17.
All right, so you're able to successfully push the lunar druid out of the way. You look directly up, and the artificer is right above you. How did this happen? How did everybody start falling at once? Huel, you do have the chance to react. You said you cast what?
I'm using my inspiration to reroll that wisdom save. This. Yeah, my reaction. I'm using Featherfall.
On yourself?
Me and 5 others.
Oh, hell yes.
So that'd be me, Artificer, like Inchi if he's in it, and like other civilians. I think Inchi was lower on the ground though. Wasn't too high up.
Yeah, Inchi didn't float at all, so you don't have to worry about him. Tell me the 5 people. Everybody is in the air except for the Lunar Druid, Istrid Horn, Zaraj the Hunter, and Schema Weirdbottle.
It's like all of us, like, yeah, so I'd put me, of course.
Yep.
It's in 60 feet, so I'll get Artificer.
All right, I'm putting a green dot on these people.
I get the Jester there, the other bard.
Okay. You have 2 more.
I get the other bard, the Sea Maiden's Fair, to the above the elf there.
Yep.
And then my last one will go to the noble there.
Okay. Very good reaction. On your turn, you cast this magic on yourself. This all happens at once. This bubble of magic energy disappears. Inchi tackles the Lunar Druid. Everybody in this crowd, including Davil Starsong, these street urchins, the Wise Wizard, the other bard of the Sea Maiden's Fair, and these other civilians begin falling from their various heights. A massive arrow the size of a sapling rips through the crowd and implants itself in Davil Starsong's side, knocking him out of the air and pushing him to the ground faster than everybody else. This beholder at the edge of where the moon circle was roars and makes a big noise and starts flailing at people. The City Watch person steps back. This Sea Maiden's Fair person steps back and pulls out this weird white-handled contraption he has. It looks like a small cannon. He pulls a little lever on it and an explosion rips out from this cannon and flies towards the beholder, and he does this 2 more times. And Huel, you begin falling for just a moment, but you think quickly and cast Featherfall on yourself, the disguised artificer, the noble, and the 2 members of the Sea Maiden's Fair. The artificer looks around, noticing what just happened, and looks over at you and knows that the spell that just saved her came from you. And she looks around, and everyone is falling or panicking from the beholder. It is the Doom Raider's turn. Davil Starsong hits the ground with a big arrow implanted in his side. The Doom Raiders were playing their music, but now they stop as screams fill the air. Zaraj the Hunter stands up quickly and gets out from behind her drums. These children, these street urchins, fall about 15 feet. Fall damage 5e. Says it is 1d6 for every 10 feet.
Yeah, I remember that.
These street urchins take 3 damage as they fall to the ground. You can hear bones crack. This orc that was over here just skating falls to the ground and trips but takes no damage. Davil Starsong also fell from 20 feet in the air, so he is going to take 2d6 damage. He takes 3 damage. The Wise Wizard was 20 feet in the air. He's going to take 2d6 damage. He takes 9 damage as he falls to the ground. And this bard back here was 20 feet in the air, takes 7 damage. You don't know what has happened to these people. You just know that some of them fell from great heights and some from small heights. As they all hit the ground, they scream briefly before it's cut short. The people in the crowd begin screaming, seeing this beholder, and running away from it. The people that are still alive begin scrambling. The 5 people, or the noble and the 2 Sea Maiden's Fair clowns, begin screaming, wondering why they can't control their floating. We are back to the top of the order. Blinken, your turn.
All right. Once that's happened, I'm gonna. Do I need to roll stealth again?
To do what?
Basically, what I'm gonna do is stealth check and go downstairs.
No, not if you're just traveling through that bar.
Okay. Because what I'll do is move downstairs and then just kind of move into position until, like, if there's an actual fight going on between us, I'm gonna focus on whoever and.
Are you gonna set up your ballista thing again?
I'm tempted to, but you know what? Yeah, I think that's what I'll do is find a spot down there, like maybe like over here, like between some boxes and barrels, right? And then like get ready to launch another thing. So I'll hold an action to shoot at who I think or who's going to, like, I don't know, attack the artificer.
Okay. I'm gonna say you have 10 of those arrows.
Okay.
You've used 1, so you're on 9.
Okay.
You set this up again and you aim it towards the Doom Raiders.
Yep.
You will be able to, and I'll consider that a readied action.
Okay. Yeah, I'll end my turn there.
Inshi, you just tackled the lunar druid out of the way. Directly above you is the artificer floating in the air. You know that Huel has casted some kind of spell to keep her and 4 others in the air. All these other people just fell down around you. Zaraj the Hunter is getting up and running towards Davil Starsong, as is Istrid Horn and Schema Weirdbottle. These kids cry out from pain. The Wise Wizard does as well, and the noble and the clowns are screaming, and there's a beholder snarling at members of the City Watch to the south of you. What do you do?
And she's still invisible, so I think he's still going to stay under the artificer and be ready to catch her. But he's going to, do a quick glance around, see if anyone's trying to plan any hostile action other than the whatever the hell the beholder image thing is going on.
Okay. Zaraj and Istrid would be running towards Davil. Huel, your turn. What do you do? You are drifting slowly to the ground at, 60 feet per round? Yeah, so
Can I
all of
choose
you...
my speed to descend, or like that's just how it is?
It slows to a set amount until you reach the ground. Yeah, so all of you would reach the ground by the end of your turn.
All right, so I see the beholder. He's shitting himself. He's scared.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these things are vicious. They eat people. They can petrify them, kill them with 1 attack.
Do I see them attacking the guys below? Obviously.
Yes, you can see the Drow security member of the Sea Maiden's Fair firing some kind of hand cannon at this beholder.
Oh no, I mean like from like our part, like Inchi and then attacking. Or...
Nope, you don't see anyone being. Oh yeah, you would see that Davil Starsong has a giant arrow sticking out of him, and you know that Blinken had the giant bow and arrow.
Oh yeah, I would attack
You're gonna
Davil.
just land and attack Davil.
for sure. Well, I got one spell slot left. Oh wait, I don't. Can I upcast like if I use a 3rd level spell to upcast a level 1 spell, like to just do it like no up? You know what I mean? Like no, is that a thing?
I'm sorry, say that again.
So like I have a 3rd level spell slot. It says I can cast it with like the level 1 spell. What's the
Oh,
level
yeah.
spell slot?
Yeah, you can do that. You are burning that slot though.
Yeah, I would cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Yeah, as I'm like slowly descending down, I would see the giant arrow sticking out of him. I would raise my one arm because I don't have the other arm, and I would cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter at Davil, seeing the giant arrow. He's in a good DC save.
It must succeed on a wisdom saving throw. It takes damage at the end of each of its turns, and each time it takes damage. Okay, let me look at his wisdom. So he gets +2 to his wisdom. 16. Does that beat your spell attack?
Yeah, you need 15.
Sorry, man. But he is very damaged by this, and he feels someone try to cast a spell on him. But in his confusion, he can't tell where it comes from. That is your turn. Everybody that you saved hits the ground softly. The bards look at each other, and they look very confused. The nobleman hits the ground and falls to his knees, and the artificer hits the ground and looks confused for a moment.
Sorry, even if she falls safely, and she's still gonna catch her like as if he did anything. I got you.
So you're invisible and you catch her?
Yes.
Okay, you line yourself up right below her. She is confused by what is happening and all the commotion and chaos around her. And you catch her, and that is her turn. She falls, you catch her, and she says, "Who is that? Inchi, what happened?" And then it is also the Doom Raider's turn. So Davil screams in pain. Schema Weirdbottle rushes over to him, throwing his loot to the ground. Zaraj the Hunter and Istrid Horn run past the Artificer after you catch her, Inchi, and then they look at that, and they are both going to roll a perception check. And Zaraj the Hunter breathes in, so she gets advantage on her perception check. Istrid Horn looks directly at you and the Artificer, Inchi. She is only 5 feet away from you, and she breathes in, and she can also smell the sewer on you. She extends a finger out towards you and casts Dispel Magic. Inchi, that is instantaneous. She points a finger at you, utters a magic word, and you can feel your invisibility leave you. And Zaraj points at you and says, "Goblin! It's with the Beholder! Get it!" And both of them draw
hello.
their weapons.
How are you?
Back to the top of the order. Blinken, you just heard them shout, "It's the Goblin! It's with the Beholder! Get him!"
Let's see.
I'd say you just barely have a shot at Istrid. No, there's a staircase right there. You don't have line of sight on Istrid from your current position.
Okay. Maybe if I dash like maybe towards the here, and then end my turn here and kind of set up an area where I could ballista and then aim at someone.
You're going to have to spend your whole turn setting up that ballista.
I mean that's fine because I don't have like a good clear shot anyways on any of them. So.
Okay. Do you want to bring Aranax out to fight?
No, I'm not now.
Inchi, our goblin illusion wizard. You hold the Artificer in your arms. She's kind of heavy now that the magic has worn off. Istrid Horn and Zarj the Hunter dismissed your invisibility and have drawn their weapons on you. Your friend Huel is right behind Istrid, dressed up as the Artificer.
The Artificer in my arms is still disguised, right?
Yes, she looks like a blue elf woman.
And she throws her on the ground to the side. It says, "Yeah, I'm the big bad goblin," and cast fear on Istrid and Zaraj.
All right.
Do that.
Fear. Spell save DC 14. Wisdom saving throw. All right. First one's going to be Istrid. Second one will be Zaraj. Istrid got a nat 20. Zaraj got a 10. Zaraj's wisdom is only +1, so she got an 11. This works on Zaraj the Hunter. You see the same thing you saw last time you cast this on them.
Oh, by the way, since it's in a 30-foot cone, I am just fine with it hitting the noble too.
Okay, I feel like this would hit everyone, including Huel. Huel, make a wisdom saving throw.
What?
I guess
Yeah, so I definitely feel like I can avoid heal with this cone.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so really this cone that I have right here. Yeah, I feel like this is that's under 30 feet.
Yeah, I feel like if you did it from the center of your token, you would hit Istrid, Siraj, the Noble, and one member of the Sea Maidens Fair, and not Davil.
Got it.
Okay, so going from the top to the bottom, Istrid Horn sees that same thing you saw before. That old dwarven man with a big white beard and a stern face. He looks at Istrid and he extends his hand for a handshake. Istrid is not confused by this, not even for a moment. She's up to your tricks. Zaraj the Hunter sees the image of their dead bedmate, Froggy, a drow elf wearing an eye patch. He looks sad and lonely. The noble sees an image of a peasant wearing a red bandana around their neck. And the member of the Sea Maidens Fair is going to roll a wisdom check, just a flat d20. And they see the image of someone dressed up like a captain who looks like a drow elf and looks very angry and mean, but they are not affected by it at all.
Okay. Do I still have a movement?
Yes, you do.
Okay. And she just he's gonna cackle. Suckers, and he's gonna run off in this direction. Or actually, no, I'm gonna run off in this direction.
So
Trying to run past the beholder or in the direction.
Yeah, so on their turn, Zaraj and the Noble will try to run away from you. But if you move like you just said, Istrid Horn gets an attack of opportunity.
Sure.
All
So
right.
that's me, and she's gonna try to run. Really, this is just like one big distraction to just keep eyes off the artificer.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm even going for the big bad goblin.
All right, Istrid is going to roll her attack on you with her battle axe. So she's going to add +2 to that, or +6 because she's proficient. So she got a 10. Does that hit your armor class?
My armor class is 10.
Tie goes to the defender, which is you. So Istrid Horn misses her attack of opportunity, and you can move your token where you said you wanted to go.
Sweet. Since the 30 feet ends right after the bench, and she vaults over the bench,
Hell yeah, dude.
and I'll end my turn there.
You end your turn facing the beholder that you know is a major image cast by Schema Weirdbottle. Huel, your turn. You look like the artificer, and you are standing right behind Istrid Horn, who just took a swipe at Inchi.
I'm gonna start talking mad smack like, that performance was garbage. You take that and get it, go put it in the trash because it was bad. And I'm gonna use Vicious Mockery.
On who?
Istrid, right in front of me.
Okay.
So I have to make the save.
Okay. She has to beat a DC 15. Okay. So she's going to roll a wisdom saving throw. That's +2 for her. She got a 13. So she fails. A D8 or just a flat 8?
I think it's a
It rolled the damage already.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm seeing Vicious Mockery as a 1d4.
Because I'm level 5, it goes up to 2d6.
Oh, shit. I forgot how high.
It upgrades at level 5, 11, and 17.
Yep. I was just looking at that. Great. Please call me out if I'm wrong.
No, you're good. Man. Just double checking.
All right. So 8 damage to Istrid Horn.
Yeah, he's just talking loud like,
Okay. Davil, -13. All right. I am keeping track of their HP.
just that'll be my turn, just kind of talking loud and kind of just yelling at Istrid, doing psychic damage.
It is the artificer's turn. She just got thrown on the ground after being pulled out of her moon dance. She winces in pain as she hits the ground, and she picks herself up and she crawls and then limps over towards these street urchins. That is her turn. Huel, you're close to her. She seems a little bit out of it, and she's just going on instinct right now. Her disguise is holding, though, because she has not taken any damage. We are now getting into the Doom Raider's first full turn. Davil Starsong stands up. He puts his hand on the arrow sticking out of his stomach, and he tries to break it, but he's not very strong, and he can't do it. But he looks over to the goblin that's just about 15 feet away from him. The same goblin that ripped the gem of Aranax out of his ear earlier.
And she's blowing him a raspberry.
As you're blowing him a raspberry, Inchi, he is going to cast Dissonant Whispers on you. You need to roll a wisdom saving throw, and you need to beat a 17.
Okay. 18.
Oh my god. You feel a bunch of whispers. hit your ear. Different lyrics describing different morbid scenarios and dark thoughts, but they wash over you immediately.
Nice try, Starboy.
Davil pulls that dagger out of his belt that he used to attack you earlier. Some of your blood is still on it, and he limps forward. It is Zaraj the Hunter's turn. She is going to run her full movement speed of... I'll just do it away from her from your current location. So towards this tree. The noble also has to run over here. That is Zaraj's turn. It is Istrid's turn. And you cast Vicious Mockery on her. Does that disable her?
Shouldn't.
No.
That's
They
only
have disadvantage on the next attack roll. Okay. And does Zaraj get to roll to undo her fear? Frightened by the spell, they must take the dash action to get away. So she runs basically into the broken axe, ending her turn. She is going to make a wisdom saving throw. And with a 19, that breaks. So she is no longer in fear. Okay. Istrid Horn's turn. And she is going to turn around to you, Huel. And she knows that you're casting this spell on her. And she says, shouldn't you be going after that goblin that attacked us?
You're the bigger problem here, attacking people.
She says, I will have no more of these lies from you, City Watch, and she reaches out to attack you with her battle axe. She is going to make an attack with disadvantage, getting a 14 plus 2, so 16. Does that hit you?
I think it does, yep.
Alright, so 1d8 damage plus 2 to you, Huel. Oh, motherfucker. She did 3 damage to you, and that is her turn. It is a Schemo Weird Bottle's turn. He is looking over his friend Davil Starsong, and he reaches up as if he's about to cast a spell to heal his friend, but he has to concentrate on the major image. So he just pulls out his own dagger and begins walking toward Inchi as well. He's going to get up to Inchi, and he is going to make an attack on you, Inchi. So that is 12 plus 0. Inchi, does that hit you?
Yeah, that hits.
That hits. Okay. So he's going to do a dagger damage to you. That is 1d4 damage. Inchi, he does 2 damage to you. You know that he is holding back because he's having to concentrate on this spell to produce the major image. And he says out loud, this goblin stole from us earlier today. It's with the beholder.
And I kind of put my arms out to the side. But anyway, he just says,
Yeah, what of it? Schemo?
And Schemo says, the City Watch just heard you say that. And that is the end of his turn. It is now the civilian's turn. The Lunar Druid picks herself up and begins also helping out one of these street urchins. This bard over here does not get up. This noble continues to run, cowering in a corner. These members of the Sea Maiden's Fair begin running away from the illusion of the beholder. Schemo moves the image up into the crowd to scare people and cause more chaos as everyone begins running away. Back to the top of the order. Blinken Plantfoot, it is your turn.
I'm gonna pull the makeshift ballista, and since I see Schemo bring up Inchi, I'm gonna aim at the Schemo.
Mm-hmm. Schemo's AC is 10 because he is a wizard.
Okay, and I just rolled 11, just past 10.
All right. You hit, roll your damage, and add 2 to it.
All right, 8 damage total.
Okay. Lincoln, you just took a shot at Schema Weird Bottle, and you did 8 damage to him.
Oh, and he has to roll concentration, question mark?
Yes, he does. So he rolls a d20, and he has to get higher than an 8, right?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Does he add anything to that?
I think it's Constitution.
That sounds about right. Schemo's Constitution is 0. Very nice. So, yeah, you hit him with this. He actually goes flying back like 5 feet. And then instantly, the beholder roars and disappears. Good job, Blinken. Inchi, your turn.
I think I skipped in that last round.
God damn it.
His artificer moved and went, and I was waiting because I was like, what?
Yeah.
Why do I keep doing
Alright.
her before you? I'm so sorry, man.
This
Yo,
is supposed
what
to
do you
say
do?
person. Okay.
Yeah, I
I
keep getting you
would-
confused.
Yeah, we look the same, right?
Istrid Horn took a swipe at you, and she missed.
I'm going to use... How many people are in front of me? Is there any civilians 30 foot? No, that's just down 3 right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but enough of this riffraff. Your music is garbage, and, like, Goblin is fine. You guys are in trouble. And I'm going to cast Thunderwave. at the three of them in the.
Mm-hmm. Would that hit Inchi?
I hope not.
It's like bad crit. It's like you suck ass, and you're just blowing them away.
How I'm doing it too. I'm like, this music is bad. It's riffraff. You're scaring away all the nobles, and I'm gonna like open hand just smack her, and that's like the sound wave. Like
You scared away all the noble lasses, bro. You can
yeah, this is loud thunder wave.
Thunderwave. They have to beat a DC 15 Constitution check. They take half damage. Okay, so Istrid is rolling first. I'll do their rolls and then I'll add to it. So Istrid first, Davil second, then Schemo. Istrid got a 5. There's no way she beats that, so she fails. Schemo fails. What is Davil's Constitution? +1, so he gets a 15, and Ty goes to the defender. So roll your damage. Oh, 20. Goddamn.
That's a huge. Oh yeah, it is a beefy. So
Yeah,
at
so
a third level.
The one will
yeah.
take half. Another one will take. The other two will take 4, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and they get pushed back, right?
Yeah. How many feet? 15? Well, hold up. Thunderwave is a 15-foot cube.
Is it from him or is it from a spot?
It's like from a
From me.
spot right in front of him.
Oh, okay.
Can
yeah,
I
yeah,
move,
yeah.
like circle around, like move like the 5 feet this way.
I believe you could.
If he
Like,
didn't run
shimmy around.
past him, I don't think, unless he's
Yeah.
running away.
Yeah, he's not running away. Okay, so 15 feet.
That could still work.
Oh lord.
You'd
Artificer.
get the artificer and the lunar druid in that to hit all 3 of them.
Oh, it's a lot of damage.
Well,
I mean,
Yeah.
It's really the
Amazing.
artificer's fault. I put up this whole distraction for her, and she's just standing around.
He's out
Just
of it.
threw her down and ran away.
My only job is to protect her
Just threw her on the ground and ran away.
by
It's been
distracting all the enemies.
She had 1 turn, man. Give her a second. She's going through a lot.
All these emotions.
I'm torn out on casting if I hit everybody else.
If you moved down a little bit, you could hit Inchi and all 3 Doom Raiders and no one else.
Just gonna probably get back out of opportunity.
No.
Oh, you're still like
think
right there.
he's-
Yeah.
Yeah. He's right on the edge, and he could get everybody he's aiming for and Inchi and no one else.
Okay.
And she fails though.
Yeah, what if?
And she doesn't approve, but Sean does. Go for it, man.
All right.
I like smack her last minute. I look over to the left and I'll see and she'd have like, oh shit.
So you're casting it?
Yeah.
All right, I'd say it's from right here. Inchi, roll a Constitution saving throw.
Goddamn dubstep me.
3. Oh, that's
shit.
that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a.
Oh.
I don't expect this from an ally.
You're going to get pushed back double whatever it is, but your damage is 20.
Oh god.
Damn.
Yeah, you rolled high. Damn it.
I'm sorry. Ah.
Each creature's pushed 10 feet away. Istrid Horn is moved right here. Davil Star Song right here. Schema Weird Bottle right here. Inchi, the Goblin, you get pushed back directly into this member of the City Watch
Oh.
with your nat 1, and you push him over and crash to the ground with him.
Are you unconscious?
I think my vision got blurry for a second, and I just look up, and I'm the arms of the city guard. I'm like, oh, that hurt.
Okay.
I think someone has finally done more damage to me than the mimic did. Good job,
Yeah.
Nicole.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's cool.
It's the greater good.
Great to good.
Okay. Inchi, it is your turn now. You just got hit with all that damage. You crashed into the City Watch. Did you say you were unconscious?
No, I think my vision just got a little blurry from the impact.
Okay. How much HP do you have left?
10.
Oh, okay.
10. Okay. Not as bad as it could be. It is
Yeah.
your turn.
No, good thing I asked for that doctor at the beginning, or else I would
Mhm.
be down.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of pats off the city guard, saying, "Sorry about that. Bye." And he's just going to run some more in this direction.
You're going to spend half of your movement speed getting up because you were knocked prone.
Fair enough.
So you can only move, I'm pretty sure, 15 feet.
Yeah, so it'd be about right here. Yep.
Where is Zaraj the Hunter?
She ran off to the.
She ran
northwest.
Oh, yeah,
Over
yeah,
here.
yeah. She's in the thing.
Would that impact have broken my concentration for that?
Well, it already went off on Zaraj because she ran into the bar, so
Oh,
she
true.
didn't have line of
Yeah.
sight on you.
Yeah.
And the noble is just cowering in the corner, so it's not really doing anything. I don't think you can reapply it to her without casting it again.
Got it. Okay. So if fear's not up on her currently, I'm gonna cast Major Image of the same beholder that was just here.
Okay.
But it'll be in between me and this guard right here.
About right there.
Yeah.
Beholder, kill them if they come for me.
Okay. And the City Watch says, I knew your goblins were with the Xanathar. I knew it. You attacked me.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So the beholder gets up in its face, and from the City Watch guy's perspective, this thing disappeared. He got hit in the face with a goblin, and then the beholder reappeared and was working with the goblin. So that's what he just saw.
Awesome.
Okay. End of your turn, right, Inchi?
Yes.
Okay, Huel, it is your turn again.
So Inchi's 40 feet away. I'm gonna use my bonus action to use my last spell slot, the last one, for a healing word.
Okay.
I'm yelling out, yeah, get the goblin. Looks like he's getting better. Healing up. Just saying stupid stuff at him so he gets 9 points back.
This is nonsense.
And I still can move and have an action. So I'm gonna...
Okay, so Inchi, you're healed for 9 damage.
I appreciate the nonsense.
I don't know if I should just be walking up and stabbing people as the artificer.
Probably not a
That's-
great look.
That's what I was gonna do. I reach on my back, to pull a knife out from my side, but I don't. I'm just gonna move up here, kind of just tell everybody to start moving back. There's a beholder, run! And I'm gonna hide behind this thing, this little cover. I'm telling everybody to run away. I'm hiding. That's my turn.
Okay. It is now the artificer's turn. She's looking at this child that kind of landed on the steps here, looking at the broken bones as the child groans and moves around. The artificer blinks and shakes her head, and she stands up. She pulls a small green potion out of a pouch and hands it to the little girl on the steps. And she turns around, and she looks still like a blue elf, and she seems filled with rage. And she shouts across the courtyard, "Blaken! My arm!" It is Dabble Starsong's turn. He has taken 13 damage total tonight. Oh no, that should be 23. My bad. He looks to his left, where he sees someone screaming, "Get me my arm." He looks at all the destruction around him. He looks at the beholder reappear right next to that goblin that he's hunting, and he steps forward. He's not giving up the fight quite just yet. He is going to cast Unearthly Chorus. And so, centered on Davil is a 30-foot sphere from which he begins singing. And that singing is amplified and can be heard up to 30 feet away. All right, so you can hear whatever he is singing cast very loudly. So he begins walking forward. He's singing a song about friendship. And he gets within 30 feet of you, Inchi, and he says, "Hello, my friend. I'm really just looking for the thing that you took from me. It hurt me, and I want it back." Inchi, you need to roll a charisma saving throw.
13.
Davil's spell save DC is 17, so you are charmed and very friendly to him. He looks like he's just sad. It probably hurt when you ripped that thing out of his ear.
Oh, I'm sorry, Starman. I don't have it.
Hey, buddy, that's okay. Hey, just come over here to me, and we'll go back to my place, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, sure. I'm coming.
It is Zaraj the Hunter's turn. She exits the broken axe, and she begins charging straight towards Istrid. Who is 60 feet away, so Zaraj is going to have to dash to get back into the fight. And that is what she spends her turn doing. As a bonus action, she activates Rage. She slams her foot on the ground, making a massive percussive note, and she seems to get bigger, taller, and her muscles get bigger as well. It is now Istrid Horn's turn, and Istrid is, I think, going to try to go for Huel again because they look like the artificer and attacked him. So Istrid rushes forward and swings at you, Huel. That was a 10 plus her strength of 2, so she got a 12. Does that hit?
Yeah, 12 hits.
Zaraj would have cast Bardic Inspiration on her, but she spent her bonus action doing Rage instead. So that hits, you said? So she's going to do 1d6 plus 2 damage to you. God damn it. Another 3. And it is Schema Weird Bottle's turn. And you see him fumbling with a pouch, a bag around that's strapped around his chest. And he pulls out this piece of paper, this parchment wrapped up, this scroll. and he unfurls it and he begins reading from it, and he steps forward and he touches Davil's shoulder. It's now all the civilians' turns. The lunar druid, I'm going to say the artificer moved on her turn too, so 15 feet would be about here. The lunar druid is still checking on these kids. People are getting up and running. They're seeing Beholder again, so people are getting out of here as fast as they can. It is the Sea Maiden's fair turn. Since he saw Istrid Horn attack Huel, who he was decided to defend, the Drow security officer is going to point his hand cannon towards Istrid Horn and make a dexterity attack.
Ooh.
What did he get? Ooh, a
19.
19. That's the gunslinger class. Where's the gunslingers from? Dragon Heist. +6 to hit, so he got a 25. That hits Istrid square in her chest, doing 1d10 plus 4 piercing damage.
Ooh.
Oh my god. So 14, so 32 is the amount of damage that she has taken. Let me look at her total health real quick. She's still doing pretty good. So that's it for the Drow Gunslinger, and it is now the City Watch's turn. This member of the City Watch is going to race over and gets near Davil Starsong and Schema Weirdbottle, but it is clearly running around to try to go for the Beholder. The City Watch in front of you, Schemo, takes a swing at the Beholder, and he's going to roll a perception check to see if he can tell if it's an illusion. He fails. He is so scared, he just continues swinging wildly at this. Blinken, it is your turn. You would have heard Davil Starsong say, "Come to me, Inchi, and we'll talk about this at my place." And you would have heard Inchi say, okay.
And then I did hear the actual artificer scream for my name.
Yes, saying, "Bring me my arm." You remember you looked at those magic stones. You know some magic. You remember that motion she made all night, extending her 2 fingers and pointing her thumb up. It looked very similar to kind of how that Drow gunslinger just looked when he fired his hand cannon.
Okay, I'm gonna run, like, dash towards the artificer, use my action, and I'm gonna go next to Huel. Yeah, I'm gonna be like, "What's wrong, artificer?" At Huel, and then I drop the arm next to the actual artificer. I'm like, "What's going on, artificer?" I'm running around looking.
Roll a quick sleight of hand check.
I'll point to Istrid like, she just attacked me.
Is that Bardic Inspiration?
It could be.
Yeah, it could be.
I don't know if I can cast it as a reaction.
I thought you could cast it when you know someone's making a roll.
Oh yeah, I'd definitely give him one for sure.
All right, 20 total.
20 total? Alright, yeah, so you distract Istrid.
You're like, "What's wrong, ma'am?"
Yeah, and you drop the arm off for the artificer. She bends down and picks it up and shoves it into her shoulder, and when she does, she lets out a little groan of pain as if it hurts a whole lot. And it looks like by her turn, she'll be able to do something. But Istrid looks back and forth between what she thinks is the artificer and you, Blinken. She says, "Well, you did the job for us from the Yawning Portal, and then we sent Siraj after you." And she casts Zone of Truth. 15-foot sphere centered on her. Blinken and Huel and the artificer need to make a charisma saving throw.
That's not too bad. 15 total.
Not bad. Her spell save is 14.
Oh,
So
thank
you
God.
beat it.
Okay.
Huel, what did you roll?
11.
11. So you fail. Did the artificer get that nat 20? Okay, yeah. So the artificer passes, Blinken passes, Huel fails. And Istrid says, "Do you know of the Vault of Dragons?" Blinken, what do you say?
The vault of what?
Okay. Huel,
Because I
do you
don't
say anything?
Yeah, because obviously that I passed it.
Yeah, you can lie. Huel, do you say anything? You don't
No,
have to.
I don't say anything. I'm just like holding my wound, trying to play it up.
Okay. Blinken, that is your turn. Inchi, for your turn, Davil Starsong is, he's bent down on one knee and he's smiling and he's holding out his hand to you. Schema Weirdbottle is reading from a scroll and has his hand on Davil's shoulder. Inchi, you feel compelled to walk towards Davil Starsong. He seems like such a friendly guy, especially when he's up on stage.
Okay. So I just go to him, no like persuasion check or nothing.
Let me look at that spell from him again.
Because right
Unearth-
here, I'm reading at the bottom, you make charisma deception checks or charisma persuasion checks against creatures made friendly by the spell with advantage.
Okay, so he is going to do another deception check. Okay, with advantage. 13 both times. He has +6 to his deception.
Okay, yeah, so I just...
I
Just
will,
like-
I will give you the chance to roll for it.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
If you
That's
can
a-
roll a nat 20, You can see through this.
You got it. What am I rolling? Just D20. What exactly am I rolling?
I'm sorry, if you can get above an 18, I'll give it to you.
It's a charisma.
A charisma saving throw.
Charisma save. 13.
You see this man is very friendly to you.
Yeah. 1 second, Starboy.
And she walks around as beholder, kind of like pretending to pet it, and he's just walking over to Davil.
All right. You walk over to Davil and you touch his hand.
Hey, sorry about the ear, man.
He goes, "Oh, don't worry, buddy. Everything's gonna be okay." Huel, it is your turn. Looking directly south of you, you see Inshi in a daze walk up to Davil Starsong and talk to him like he's an old friend. You see Davil Starsong smiling, clearly manipulating Inshi, and you see Schemo Weirdbottle reading from a scroll.
We're out of tricks here. I'm gonna try to use Vicious Mockery on
I thought you didn't have any spell slots.
that's a cantrip.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Ishrud.
On Istrid. Okay.
Wow.
Wisdom.
62 damage.
Her
Plus
wisdom
save,
is
guys.
+2, so she fails and takes 2 damage.
Just yelling at her at this point, like,
Yeah, what do you yell at her?
get you and the garbage Tomb Raiders out of here. Just talking in the trash.
It smarts just a bit, just a little bit. All right, that's your turn, Huel?
Yep.
It is the Artificer's turn. She turns around. She extends her fingers and raises her thumb, and her artificial right arm is outstretched fully. Blinken, in this moment where she questions what to do, she looks to you, asking, "Who's my target?"
I point directly at Davil.
She points her finger directly at Davil, and a blue ray of frost emits from that finger, heading straight towards Davil. She is going to make a ranged spell attack. She gets +5 to this. 14. What is Davil's armor? Davil's armor is an 11. They are bards, so they don't have very strong armor.
Yeah.
Remember this. She hits him for, how much does Ray of Frost do? On a hit, the target takes 1d8 cold damage, and its speed is reduced by 10.
You're just a low level as well. I know that's
I'll say she's what, a level 8 artificer, I think I put her at? Yeah, level 8 artificer, so she casts this at a 5th level, so that'd be 2d8s.
Yeah. Okay. Oh.
And
Is
that's
it-
just a cantrip, so she doesn't add anything to it, but goddamn.
That's pretty effective.
So Davil is going to take that 15 damage. Let me roll his concentration, because I think that's what Dissonant Whispers is.
Yeah.
Or Unearthly Chorus, it's concentration. 16. Shit, yeah, he maintains his concentration. That is a big chunk of
Yeah, that's a
damage. The Artificer spends the rest of her turn moving forward. She can easily make it up to Davil. Oh, Jesus, people are in the way. Davil and Schemo. All right, it is Davil's turn. Davil ends his spell and tries to grab you, Inshi, by that hand that he is shaking with. This is a threatening move, so you no longer see him as a friend. You're going to make opposed strength checks.
Oh, no.
Exactly. He has +0 to strength, so he got a 16.
And a 12.
Do you have inspiration or anything, man?
Yeah, I'll use my
Inspiration.
inspiration.
Can I bardic him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have a couple more left. Yeah, I'll give him the 1d8.
Okay, so I'm going to use my inspiration to go ahead and roll another
Yeah.
14. And I get another 1d8.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
7,
Got it.
so that's 21.
All right, so you succeed, and he tries to grab your hand and pull you close towards Schemo Weirdbottle, but you slip out of it and you step away. That was his turn. It is Zaraj's turn. Zaraj, in a rage, runs over to the Artificer, or Huel, who looks like the Artificer, and she is going to punch you.
Runs up and swings her fist at you.
And she gets 2 attacks, by the way. So her first one her total attack was 19. Does that hit Huel?
Yeah, 19 hits.
How much damage does a fist do? Okay, the rules say 1 plus the strength modifier.
Yeah.
And she's a barbarian, so +2, so +6. So for this first one, she does 7 damage to you, Huel.
Not a bunk. It actually has a damage die.
Yeah. And I'm not going to dig through her character sheet to find a technicality. She punches you with her other fist, also getting a 19, so doing another 7 damage to you. You take 14 damage.
Not looking good. He's like spitting up blood.
Yeah, what's your HP at?
I'm at 7.
Okay. It is Istrid Horn's turn, and she's going to cast Spiritual Weapon. She's going to create a spectral weapon that attacks on her turn starting next turn. She's going to make that right here next to you, Huel. And it is now Schemo Weirdbottle's turn. He continues whispering that spell that he takes his hand off Davil's shoulder and he reaches forward towards you, Inchi, and he is going to try to touch you. So you're going to make opposed dexterity checks.
Got it.
Motherfucker.
I got a 4.
He got a 6. So you stumble back and he just barely reaches forward, and it's two short guys reaching towards each other. And Inchi, he just barely touches you on the chest. And Huel and Blinken and the Artificer all see Inchi get teleported away.
Well, shit. I'm blasting off again.
Did my turn get skipped right there?
I believe it did, actually.
I think my turn might have got skipped again.
God damn it. Did I do it again?
I think I got skipped in that last round again.
Again?
Wait, really? Oh, yeah. Right.
How does this keep happening? Okay, Huel, it is your turn again. I didn't skip you.
I almost forgot that time.
The intro music is Ain't No Rest for the Wicked by Connie Jash, and the video is Waterdeep Dragon Heist by Smite or Flight. Music in this episode is from Dade Bryant and a live performance of Ghost of You by My Chemical Romance.